One Piece Justice, Chapter 441-460. Chapter 441 Showdown. Seeing Kuzan and Fujitora's horrified expressions, Tianyu continued, if there are 9 snakes in the Revolutionary Army, then the CP department will not be able to escape, even if the CP0 is the same, so the CP department is dead, and the rest is still there. The army is different from our marine. They are the hardcore of the world government, so the Revolutionary Army is also looking for their base. When the time comes, the Revolutionary Army will use means to directly destroy the army. At that time, the world government will not have much power. Now, in the face of the 9 snakes and the Revolutionary Army, the world government is left with the Holy Land Army and the Gorosei, 5 elders. This is my next plan. Tianyu finished speaking. He didn't say anything, just watched Kuzan and Fujitora quietly. As for Sakumo, he completely agreed with Tianyu's plan, and now only Kuzan and Fujitora's plan were left. After 10 minutes of silence, Kuzan and Fujitora raised their heads and looked at Tianyu with complex eyes. When did you plan to overthrow the world government? Kuzan asked. His tone was also very flat. After I became an admiral, I learned more about the world government, and after the emergence of the legal institution of the King Shichibukai, I understood that the world government cannot be changed. The existence of Tenryubito, the existence of slavery, the existence of nobles, nothing can be changed. Tianyu said solemnly. What is the probability of success? Fujitora asked directly. After Kuzan heard Fujitora's words, he looked at Fujitora in surprise. Don't look at me like that. Kuzan, after joining Marine, especially after becoming admiral, I realized the darkness of the world government, and before joining Marine, I also visited the territory of the 9 snakes and the territory of the Revolutionary Army. I also know the situation there, but I still have some hope for the world government, because with the means of the Revolutionary Army, if they want to succeed, too many people will die. I don't want to see that bloody river. However, after joining Marine, I realized that my ideas are impossible. So after hearing the words of the marshal, I will agree. Fujitora said seriously. Really? Kuzan seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. Well, forget it. As Fujitora said just now, how sure are you? Tianyu laughed. He knew that Kuzan and Fujitora also agreed, so Tianyu didn't hide anything. There are 3 emperors, 4 admiral, and 2 quasi-admiral powerhouses in the 9 snakes. These people add people from the Revolutionary Army. The CP department can say that it is impossible to escape. Quote. 9 snakes are so powerful. Kuzan and Fujitora were also surprised. Our intelligence department didn't find out. How did you know? Because, the captain of the 9 snakes, also known as the Empress, is my wife. Tianyu directly revealed this great secret. What? Kuzan and Fujitora looked at Tianyu in horror, stunned, and didn't respond for a long time. Are you serious? Kuzan said after a long time. Ah, yes, you heard it right. Hancock is my wife. Tianyu repeated. And my wife is in the 9 snakes too. Sakumo added. Hey, you too. I didn't expect such a thing to happen. Kuzan took a while to calm down. Now that the CP can be resolved, what are you going to do, army? Fujitora said. 9 snakes found the golden lion's fluttering fruit, so as long as the army base is found, then we will directly control the 2 islands and smash them down. Then the masters will go up and solve the army's top management with lightning speed. Tianyu is also a little cold. This is the best way. Although Fujitora couldn't bear it, he also knew that this was the best way. After solving the CP department and the army, plus our marine, the world government doesn't have much power. Although the world government has more than 170 allied countries, the Revolutionary Army has mastered nearly 70 of them. For the remaining countries, the Revolutionary Army will also send people to disturb them, so that they have no time to rescue, so the rest of us only need to face the headquarters of the world government. Tianyu said. Then what are you going to do with Marine? Kuzan asked. He still had feelings for Marine. I will convince Mr. Sengoku, Mr. Garp, Mr. Zephyr, Ms. Crane to let them control the remaining half of Marine. Tianyu said. Half Marine, could it be? Fujitora had some guesses. I can clearly control half of Marine's power, they will agree with my approach, and I am not sure about the rest, so those people, I intend to let Mr. Sengoku and the others control them and prevent them from doing anything, just watch it quietly. Tianyu said. That means Akainu, Borsellino, Ryokugyu, aren't you sure? Kuzan said. To be honest, I don't know Ryokugyu's position, and Borsellino needless to say, Akainu is a guarantee first left for Marine. Tianyu said. Guaranteed. Fujitora was puzzled. That's right, it's a guarantee. Although Akainu is very radical, there is no doubt that he absolutely loves Marine. He has regarded Marine as his home. He will never allow others to destroy Marine. So, if anything goes wrong, then Akainu is Marine's next marshal. Tianyu said. Have you already thought about this? Or are you not fully sure of yourself? Kuzan said. I have it, but first also love Marine and don't want any turmoil in Marine. Tianyu explained. In this case, then the world government only has their hidden power, plus the power of the Holy Land. Kuzan and Fujitora also believed in themselves. Well, yes, plus we still have the two ancient weapons of Pluto and Sea King. Even if the world government has the King of Heaven, we are not afraid. Tianyu said. I didn't expect the existence of the Heavenly King in the world government. Kuzan and Fujitora also opened their eyes. Otherwise, why do you think Tenryubito is still occupying such a high position? If it weren't for the Heavenly King, they would have been killed by the Gorosei, 5 elders long ago. Tianyu also sneered, however, you don't want to either. I'm worried, although the power of the King of Heaven surpasses that of Pluto and Sea King, its situation is very complicated, and it seems that it cannot be used easily. For the specific situation, I am also continuing to search for it. Tianyu has obviously carried out a search for the national treasure controlled by the world government Tenryubito. Detailed exploration. Chapter 442 Agree. After hearing your detailed explanation, I suddenly feel a lot more confident. Fujitora and Kuzan laughed at the same time. Don't worry, even the Gorosei, 5 elders, I have made a plan, I can separate the 5 of them and defeat them one by one. Tianyu was obviously ready. That's good. In this case, we have no reason to disagree. The world has come to a time when it needs to change, so I plan to join this plan. Kuzan agreed. Me too, I also want to see what the new era looks like. Fujitora agreed. I don't need to say it. Sakumo also said. Okay, with your participation, we also have greater confidence. Tianyu was also happy, and he also sincerely hoped to have them join. So, is there anything we need to do now? Kuzan asked. One thing, after the fight with Big Mom, Kaido, Blackbeard Tiki, you pretended to be seriously injured, this is what you need to do. Tianyu said. Ha ha ha, maybe we are really hurt. After all, no one can guarantee their own strength. Fujitora laughed. I still believe in your strength. In addition, the strength of our Marine is also dominant this time, so don't worry. Tianyu said. We got it. Kuzan and Fujitora and Sakumo agreed. Afterwards, everyone who finished talking about the matter also returned to the Marine headquarters one after another, and was not discovered by anyone. Everyone looked like nothing had happened, and they were busy with their own affairs. Marine headquarters, Tianyu also personally called Gorosei, 5 elders. Hey, is this Gorosei, 5 elders? I'm Kanglong. We are Gorosei, 5 elders, what's the matter? Kanglong. Gorosei, 5 elders, voice also had a hint of majesty. I plan to lead Marine to attack the pirates led by the Big Mom pirates, the Beasts pirates, and the Blackbeard Tiki, and destroy them completely. Tianyu said his plan. That's a good idea, but what about the 9 snakes? Gorosei, 5 elders asked. This is also a key issue. To deal with their three-way forces, our Marine's strength is similar to theirs. If we want to destroy each other, our Marine will also have to pay a huge price, but after joining the 9 snakes, we are not their opponents at all. So I have an idea here. Tianyu said. Just say it. What's the idea? Gorosei, 5 elders asked. I plan to let the CP department headed by CP0 do their best to stop the 9 Snakes pirates. With the strength of the CP department, it is enough to just delay the 9 Snakes. In this case, after we deal with Big Mom and the others, the rest the 9 Snakes pirates is not a big problem. How is it? Your Excellency Gorosei, 5 elders, do you agree? Tianyu asked. We need to think about it. Gorosei, 5 elders said before hanging up. HMPH, you will definitely agree. After all, what I said is the truth. Tianyu sneered. Holy Land, Gorosei, 5 elders office, what do you think? Shall we send all the CP units out to stop the 9 Snakes? Asked the blonde Gorosei, 5 elders. First of all, what Marine and the others said are true. If they deal with the Big Mom pirates, the Beasts pirates, and the Blackbeard Diki, then the remaining 9 Snake pirates are indeed not them. It can be dealt with, said the long-haired Gorosei, 5 elders. With the strength of the CP department, especially the CP0, it is possible for all the departments to unite to stop the 9 Snakes, but they are afraid that they will suffer heavy losses. Said Scar Gorosei, 5 elders. I am not afraid of heavy losses. After all, as long as the pirate's confidant is solved, there is no problem in destroying the CP. As long as there is time, we can cultivate the CP department again. Birthmark Gorosei, 5 elders said. Then it's decided, as long as Marine is resolved, our enemies will only be the Revolutionary Army. At that time, we can completely free up our hands to completely resolve them. Gorosei, 5 elders with a knife decided. Well, then it's decided, send out the CP department. The Gorosei, 5 elders all agreed with the decision. Marine headquarters, Tianyu also received a call from Gorosei, 5 elders, we agree to your proposal. Then, Gorosei, 5 elders hung up the phone. Finally agreed. Humph. I hope you can do this safely. Tianyu sneered when he saw that they agreed, and then held a Marine meeting. After a while, all Marine Admiral, plus Vice Admiral also came to the conference room. Okay, since everyone has come, let's start the meeting. Our next target is the Big Mom Pirates Group. Tianyu directly stated his next goal. Boom. The conference room became chaotic, and everyone began to discuss. Tianyu also cared about it and let them discuss. After a while, he also said again, okay. Be quiet. Any doubts? Tianyu asked. Master Marshal, if we attack the Big Mom pirates, the other 9 Snakes and Beasts pirates will also come together, what should we do? Vice Admiral Momonga asked, and the other Vice Admirals also looked at Tianyu. We attack the Big Mom pirates, the Beasts pirates will definitely come. And the Blackbeard Diki also has an alliance with Kaido, so the Blackbeard Diki will also come. We have to deal with these people. As for the rest of the 9 Snake pirates, the world government will dispatch the CP department to deal with them and stop them. Well, are there any questions? Tianyu asked. Big Mom pirates, 100 Beasts pirates, Blackbeard Diki. If the 3 of them are united, then there will be 3 Emperor level pirates, plus the 3 generals under Big Mom. That is, 3 Admiral. Then we need 9 Admirals to deal with them, to be able to solve each other. This is still in the case of a 3 Emperors being dealt with by 2 Admiral. Tsuru Vice Admiral said. Don't do this. I will do it myself. Kaido will be dealt with by me. If this is the case, then the remaining people, our strength is enough. Tianyu said. Then let's make arrangements. Who is the specific opponent? Akainu said. Kaido is from me, Big Mom is from Borsalino, Kuzan, Blackbeard Tiki is from Sakumo, Fujitora, Big Mom, S3 Generals, Akainu, Ryokugyu, Momoshiki, Chaton Tokikake, you shoot. The rest let the Vice Admirals make their own shots for the captain-level characters. How about it? Do you have any questions? Tianyu said, looking at the crowd. After thinking about it for a while, everyone agreed with Tianyu's idea, and they had no doubts. Chapter 443 The Battle of the Peak 1. Okay, since all of you have agreed, let's go down and make preparations. We will leave in a week. Tianyu ordered. She. Yes. All the people stood up, and then went to work on their own, and time was running out. At this time, Tianyu also took out the phone that Gorosei, 5 elders had given to inform the CP department, and called out, "Hey, is this CP0? Tianyu said. Yes. Marshal Kanglong, Gorosei, 5 elders also told us, is there anything we need to do? Asked the CP0 person. Well, you gather all the CP departments and gather them all. After a week, we will attack the Big Mom pirates and them. Then you can stop the 9 snake pirates. Tianyu ordered. I see. We'll be there on time, said the CP0 guy. Well, that's it. Tianyu also hung up the phone, then sneered, and then called Dragon's number. Hey, is that Dragon? It's me, what's the matter? Dragon asked. We will take action in a week, and the CP department will also be dispatched at that time. You can jointly solve the CP at that time, Tianyu said. I see, I'm already summoning the cadres. Dragon also said, then hung up the phone. The time soon came to a week later. All the people who set off from Marine were ready, and each boarded the warship. There were 50 warships in total, and 100,000 Marine soldiers were also heading towards Big Mom. Wangguo, the location of the pirates, rushed to the place. In the first moment of Marine's operation, the Big Mom pirates who were always watching Marine's operation received the news, Mom, it's not good, Marine has moved, and their target is us. Bobbin said anxiously. Is it finally here? I didn't expect to find us first. Instead of looking for 9 snakes. Big Mom also became serious, notify 9 snakes and 100 beasts, and let them come to support quickly. Yes, Mom. Bobbin immediately went down to prepare to go. In the Beast Pirates, Kaido also received the intelligence dispatched by Marine and the support from Big Mom. Have you finally had a chance to take revenge? Marine, said Marine. Kaido also bit Kiba and gnashed his teeth. Come on, call me all the people. Centaurs, send me the Big Mom pirates. At the same time, Diki Blackbeard also received this information, as Marine planning to completely solve the pirates. This can't make you wish. Diki Blackbeard also sneered, and then took his subordinates, head towards the location of the Big Mom pirates. The 9 snake pirates, Hancock and the others also received Big Mom's request for support. Let all of us act and set off as quickly as possible. Hancock ordered. As soon as the 9 snakes acted, the secret CP department also started to move towards the 9 snakes. The Revolutionary Army also gathered most of the cadres, and under the personal leadership of Dragon, they moved towards the 9 snakes, and the war was about to break out. Marine's action was very fast, and he came directly to the location of the Big Mom pirate group, the outskirts of the world. At this time, Big Mom and the others were already waiting there. After seeing the arrival of the Marine fleet, Big Mom also showed a cruel smile. Since come, then get ready for me. Zeus, Prometheus. I saw Big Mom's hands shine, and then a large thundercloud began to gather, and a small sun appeared at Big Mom, and then turned towards the Marine fleet direction to go. Look, what is this? A Marine immediately saw the unusualness of the sky. Half of the sky was shrouded in thunderclouds, and half of the sky was the sun starting to show its power, and the temperature began to rise. Mom has shot, Zeus plus Prometheus, enough for Marine to eat a pot. The pirate side looked at Big Mom happily and made kamui. Marine, Tianyu and the others were also looking at the sky. Soul fruit. Give them souls, and then let them obey themselves. Are they really powerful? Who are you going to shoot? Tianyu looked at the sky. The scene said. Tianyu finished speaking. Sakumo pulled out his own sword, and then a huge and condensed sword energy slashed towards the little sun in the sky. Then, leave the rest to me. Fujitora also stood up, then pulled out the staff knife, and a purple light went toward the thunderclouds in the sky. Big Mom's attack just started to show its power. The thunder and lightning just dropped a few beams. The sun just made people feel hot, and I saw that the sun had been smashed by Sakumo, and the thundercloud had been suppressed by Fujitora's gravity to the sea, and then both disappeared and scattered. Go, it's useless. Damn, Mom's trick, was it solved so easily? The pirate side looked at this scene in disbelief. Big Mom didn't care about these things. After all, it was a normal thing in her opinion. If the other party suffered heavy losses, there would be a problem. Cracker, are your soldiers ready? Big Mom asked. Don't worry, Mom, although it's a matter of time, I also made 100,000 cookie soldiers. Cracker said to himself. That's good. When Marine comes up, let's go together. Seeing this, Big Mom said with satisfaction. Marine warship, all warships stop going. Tianyu ordered, and then all warships also stopped. Tianyu looked at Kuzan. Kuzan, it's over to you. Kuzan also nodded, then dodged and jumped towards the sea. The moment he touched the sea, Ice Age. I saw an endless burst of cold air, and then the sea was frozen in an instant, and the ice surface extended directly to the island of Big Mom, but the ice did not freeze Marine's warship. All warships are free to bombard. The others disembark with me and attack the Big Mom pirates. Tianyu ordered. A large number of Marine soldiers disembarked from the warship, and then began to kill towards the location of the Big Mom pirate group. The warship also began to start shelling. 50 warships began to roar, and the special cannonballs blasted towards the nations. As the Marine going, Cracker, let your soldiers go. All of them are on the move, ordered Big Mom. Yes, the 100,000 biscuit soldiers began to attack, and the crew of the pirates under Big Mom, who together had a total of 150,000 horses, rushed towards Marine. Well, are they all that Senju Cracker's biscuit soldiers? That's not good. We can't let our troops be wasted on the opponent's devil fruit. Let's do it together. Kill the opponent's biscuit soldiers. Tianyu saw the troops sent by the opponent. After that, said. Then we'll shoot directly. Akainu and the other 6 admiral also started their own actions. Chapter 444 The Battle of the Peak 2. The first shot was Fujitora. His devil fruit ability is also the best way to clear the minions, but this time because the people on his side were too close, so Fujitora just summoned a meteor. The gravitational light meteorite is coming. A purple light from Fujitora flew into the sky, and then a meteorite landed and smashed towards the opposing biscuit soldier. And amp, magic and amp. Meteor volcano. Akainu was also unwilling to lag behind, and he shot a giant magma fist directly towards the sky, hitting hundreds of magma punches, and then smashed towards the opponent. Yasukani no Magatama. Borsellino was the fastest, coming directly to the sky above the biscuit soldiers, and then hitting the opponent with countless light bullets in his hands, even if they had a strong defense, but in the face of Borsellino's attack, is also vulnerable. In this wave of attacks by Borsellino, thousands of biscuit soldiers were directly smashed on the spot. Ice Age. Kuzan was even simpler, and another Ice Age came to the opponent's camp. A large number of biscuit soldiers were directly frozen in such cold and couldn't move, and then I saw Kuzan rushing casually. The frozen biscuit soldiers were all smashed. One knife-style esoteric wind and chaos. Sakumo shot at this time. As the world's top swordsman, he slashed out with one knife. He saw a path of sword energy, which instantly turned into blades of wind, swept toward the opponent, wherever he passed. Without any continuation. Smashing fist. Ryokugyu also shot, and instantly came to the front of the biscuit soldier, and then punched out. A spiral of energy burst out, directly crushing the biscuit soldier in front of him. At this time, Fujitora's meteorite and Akainu's meteor volcano also came. A large number of magma fists, plus meteorites, directly hit the army where the biscuit soldiers were, and a large number of biscuit soldiers were directly smashed on the spot, without the slightest accident. The Admiral's shot. Let's go together. The Marines saw Admiral's shot, and their morale was also boosted, and they rushed towards the enemy pirates. Hurry up and stop those, Admiral, otherwise, the biscuit soldiers will definitely be swept by them in a short period of time, in this case, we will fall into an absolute disadvantage. Big Mom looked at Admiral Shot and said, "Yes, Mom." The 3 desert generals headed by Cracker, plus other captain-level powerhouses and cadres, also rushed over and went towards Marine. "You must know that it was Admiral Shot just now. The 20,000 biscuit soldiers were destroyed, so they were also anxious. If there were no biscuit soldiers, they would definitely not be Marine's opponents." The admirals who had just finished shooting also saw the cadres of the Big Mom pirates rushing towards here. Are they finally unable to sit still? Tianyu looked at the movements of the Big Mom pirates. Akainu, Ryokugyu, Momoshiki, the 3 of you block the 3 generals, and the other vice admiral block the Big Mom pirates. Tianyu ordered. Hearing Tianyu's order, Akainu, Ryokugyu, and Momoshiki immediately came to the desert 3 generals. "Sinners, die here for me," Akainu said coldly. "Humph, don't be too arrogant. When the 9 snakes and the beasts arrive, you will all be dead." Charlotte Smoothie also had nothing good to say. "Go to hell." Great major eruption. Akainu shot directly, punching Smoothie, the minister of milkshake. Ryokugyu also met Cracker, and Momoshiki met the last of the 3 generals, Katakuri of the minister of Sanshigu. Seeing that the 3 generals of the Big Mom pirates and the cadres were blocked, Tianyu also nodded. If Big Mom makes a move, then Borsellino and Kuzan will block each other. Tianyu ordered. "Don't worry, got it." Borsellino and Kuzan also agreed. Afterwards, Tianyu also swept the battlefield and saw that Marine had the absolute upper hand. 5 of Borsellino, Kuzan, Fujitora, Sakumo, and Chaton Tokikake were cleaning the biscuit army. Zoro and Shiryu of the Rain were too. They are fighting against Big Mom's cadres. The strength of the 2 of them has also reached the top of the quasi-admiral, and the strength is also improving very fast. Other vice-admirals such as Smoker, Pen, Shuin, Momonga, Onagumo are also the same. Good. Others include Marine's pacifist troops and artificial devil fruit troops, which also have the upper hand. Tianyu also nodded, and then asked a rear admiral beside him, "I have found traces of other pirate groups. Is it?" "Report to the marshal, no trace has been found yet," Rear Admiral said. "Well, monitor it all the time, and notify me. I'm going to do it myself," Tianyu said with some movement. "Yes, Lord Marshal," Rear Admiral also respectfully said. Tianyu walked directly to the sky, and then landed directly towards the biscuit soldiers below. With a loud boom, Tianyu landed on the ice and directly crushed dozens of biscuit soldiers. Hearing this the voice, everyone also looked over. Master Marshal personally went out. A large number of Marines were also excited, and Marine's morale was boosted. Tianyu stood up and looked at the biscuit soldiers around, and also snorted, "Humph." A domineering aura erupted directly, Conqueror Haki, directly crushing the surrounding biscuit soldiers. I saw that under Tianyu's control, the surrounding biscuit soldiers are all under the package of Conqueror Haki, and they do not affect their own side. Even Tianyu's Conqueror Haki has formed a field, the Overlord territory. The biscuit soldiers suddenly all can't move, and even their bodies begin to shatter. With a single click, all the biscuit troops in Tianyu Conqueror Haki's field were torn apart. Under this move, a full 20,000 biscuit troops were directly crushed. Coupled with Kuzan's actions, now 10 half of Wan's biscuit army, a full 50,000, has been crushed. Yeah, Conqueror Haki. Big Mom also saw Tianyu's explosive Conqueror momentum. What a powerful Conqueror Haki. Big Mom also looked ugly. She also has Conqueror Haki, but not so strong. This is enough to see the relationship between her and Tianyu, but seeing this, Big Mom couldn't hold on anymore, and rushed in Tianyu's direction. She wanted to stop Tianyu. The moment Big Mom left, Borsellino and Kuzan, who were always watching Big Mom, also moved instantly and came to Big Mom. "I'm sorry. You can't pass here." Kuzan let out a sigh of relief. "Kuzan, Kizaru." Big Mom looked at the 2 admirals who were blocking her in front of her, and her face became ugly. She knew that she couldn't get through. Chapter 445 The Battle of the Peak 3. Big Mom looked at the 20,000 Admiral Kuzan and Kizaru who were blocking her, and her face was ugly. She knew that it was impossible for her to pass. The two admirals were enough to kill her. Damn, there are 9 snakes and beasts. Hurry up and bring it to me. Although Big Mom was anxious in his heart, he remained calm on the surface. GGG insect. Laser. With a laser attack from Borsellino, the battle between Big Mom and Kuzan, Borsellino, also began. At this time, with the addition of Tianyu, the pirates were completely in trouble. In the face of the powerful marine, they were not opponents at all. A large number of pirates died on the spot. There was no other situation, and everyone was hopeful. Hurry up with the arrival of the 9 snakes and the beasts. On the other hand, the battle between Akainu and one of the 3 generals, the Minister of Milkshake, Charlotte Smoothie, started directly. Great Major Eruption. Akainu punched Smoothie directly with a magma punch, and the fierce and hot magma slammed into Smoothie. Abominable temperature. Cold air burst. Smoothie directly exploded his fruit ability, reducing his body temperature, offsetting Akainu's magma temperature, and then grabbing an ice block directly from the ground, Cold Blast. Ice under the cover of the fruit power, the temperature became even lower, and he threw it towards Akainu. Boom! Akainu's Great Major Eruption directly hit Smoothie's attack, and the lava didn't break the ice block for a while. Akainu also glanced in surprise. Is Paramesha's cold fruit? It's really rare. Akainu said coldly. I'll make your magma completely become ice block. Smoothie wasn't afraid of Akainu at all. Humph. Does the cold fruit of Paramesha make you so confident? Akainu looked at Smoothie disdainfully. Great Major Eruption. Akainu punched him directly. Air Blast. Smoothie hit Akainu with the same trick again. The same trick, do you think it's still useful? Akainu disdainful of Smoothie, the magma punch directly smashed the opponent's attack, and then continued to hit Smoothie. Damn! Smoothie snorted coldly, then ducked over, only to see Akainu hit a big hole on the spot. Humph. Do you think you'll be proud of eating a cold fruit? The dog eats Gurren. Akainu was hit by another lava. Cold air perfusion. Smoothie exploded cold air directly on the spot, and then formed an ice wall directly in front of him. Boom! Akainu's attack hit the ice wall directly, and the ice wall blocked Akainu's attack. At this time, Smoothie also slashed over, air conditioning slash. An air conditioning slash slashed towards Akainu. Humph! Great Major Eruption. Akainu punched in the past, directly shattering the opponent's slash. Air conditioning half moon slash. Smoothie slashed again. Don't be too arrogant. Pirates. Akainu snorted coldly, and then another lava hit. Great Major Eruption. Magma Eruption. Akainu exploded a large amount of magma directly, and then rushed towards Smoothie overwhelmingly. Damn! Cold air erupted. Facing an attack like Akainu, Smoothie also exploded directly. A large amount of cold air exploded directly, forming ice walls that blocked him in front of him. He was still worried, and directly formed an ice wall. House, covering yourself. Boom! The magma erupted, covering Smoothie directly, making a hissing sound. The magma was burning the ice block, but Akainu didn't feel relieved at all, because his observation hockey didn't feel the breath of Smoothie at all. As one of the 3 generals, how could he have died so easily? Akainu also looked at the place covered by magma on alert. Boom! I saw a sound coming out, and then a sword light flashed. I saw Smoothie appear in the air, and a sword energy slashed towards Akainu. Humph! Akainu is also ready. Volcanic Eruption. Akainu directly formed a crater, and then a large amount of magma went towards Smoothie in midair. Cold Slash. A sword chi formed by cold slashed towards the erupting magma. Smoothie also erupted, constantly waving the sword in his hand. Smoothie kept slashing at the magma, and then finally defended against the invasion of the magma and landed on the ground. Before Smoothie could stand firm, Akainu rushed over. You have exposed your flaws. Pirates. Great Major Eruption. Akainu punched Smoothie. Smoothie also noticed the arrival of Akainu, but now he has no choice, because now he has not stood firm, so in the face of such a situation, Smoothie also became ruthless. You must know that he is a pirate, and Smoothie's expression suddenly changed. Embarrassed, ultimate air conditioning, slash. Smoothie directly broke out the lowest temperature that he could control, and then slashed towards Akainu with a sword. But Akainu didn't dodge at all, and hit Smoothie directly. Akainu didn't care about Smoothie's attack at all. Even if Smoothie's attack could hurt him, it wouldn't do much damage. Boom! The two sides attacked together. Akainu's punch hit Smoothie directly in the abdomen, and Smoothie's sword also stabbed Akainu in the abdomen. Smoothie's body was directly covered with the ice block formed by the cold air, plus armament hockey's defense, but in the face of Akainu's attack, she couldn't help but screamed and then backed away. Akainu was directly elementalized. Although Smoothie's sword also stabbed him, Smoothie's armament cultivation level did not cause much damage to Akainu. Akainu recovered his elemental body. The wound slowly returned to its original state, and there was only a trace of blood on the corner of his mouth, indicating that he still suffered a trace of injury. Smoothie stepped back and left Akainu far away, only to see that Smoothie's abdomen was directly scalded, revealing a ferocious wound. Although Smoothie suffered serious injuries, but it was okay, it didn't affect Smoothie too much combat power. At this time, I saw that the situation on the battlefield also fell into a one-sided situation, especially Tianyu, Fujitora, Sakumo, Chaton Tokikake under their shots, especially when no one blocked the situation. The Biscuit Soldiers' army of the Big Mom Pirates have been cleaned up by them. Chapter 446 The Battle of the Peak 4. Reward Best. At this moment, Tianyu's phone worm suddenly rang. Master Marshal, the people from the 100 Beast Pirates have appeared, and the Blackbeard Pirates, they are also here. Rear Admiral, who was always observing the situation, reported Road. Miscellaneous and insects. I see. Continue to observe the situation. Tianyu said. Yes. Rear Admiral replied. The Beast Pirates and the Blackbeard Pirates are here too. Get ready, Tianyu said to Fujitora and Sakumo. Don't worry, we'll take care of Tiki the Blackbeard, Fujitora and Sakumo said. At this time, only a roar came from the sky. Damn Marine. Kaido's huge body also appeared in front of everyone. Zia ha 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 ha, Marine, I'm here too. Blackbeard Diki's proud voice also came over, and Kaido and Blackbeard Diki came to the battlefield with their subordinates. Is it finally here? Kaido and Tiki the Blackbeard. Tianyu finally felt relieved when he saw the two of them coming. Finally here. Is there Tiki the Blackbeard? After Big Mom kicked back Borsalino, he also looked at Kaido. After seeing Kaido's arrival, he finally got the confidence, especially with Tiki the Blackbeard. If so, the strength of their side is also stronger, and now it is enough to wait for the arrival of the 9 snakes and the others, and they can even defeat Marine. Kaido, Blackbeard Tiki, the two of you are finally here. Tianyu came to Blackbeard Tiki and Kaido, and Sakumo and Fujitora also came behind Tianyu. Zia ha 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 ha, it's Marshal Kanglong. I'm sorry, I'm afraid your Marine will fail this time. Blackbeard Diki looked at Tianyu and smiled proudly. Humph. Kaido also snorted coldly. Do you think that just the two of you will have any impact on the battle situation? Tianyu said disdainfully. It's not a problem to hold the 3 of you at least, as long as the 9 snakes come, then it's time for you to fail. Kaido sneered. Sorry, the 9 snakes won't come. Tianyu said disdainfully. What do you mean? Could it be? Kaido suddenly had a bad guess. The people of the 9 snakes have been blocked by our people. They can't come here, Tianyu said directly without concealment. How is that possible? Your main combat power is here, who are you going to use to stop them? Is it Sengoku and Garp? Kaido's face became ugly. Even Sengoku and Garp can't stop the 9 snakes, and they will even die there. Said Blackbeard Diki. Have you forgotten the world government? Marine is not the only world government. Tianyu sneered. Hearing Tianyu, words, Kaido and Blackbeard's faces turned completely ugly. They even forgot about the world government. That is to say, it's bad, they might all die here. No, with the arrival of the 9 snakes, these people are not Marine's opponents at all. Okay, stop the gossip and die here. Kaido. Tianyu didn't say anything, he just started and punched Kaido. When Tianyu started, Fujitora and Sakumo also moved directly. Fujitora directly controlled the gravity to suppress the Blackbeard Diki, while Sakumo slashed at the Blackbeard Diki with a sword energy. Kaido and Blackbeard Diki changed greatly. Kaido also directly caught Tianyu's punch, and then the two went directly to the distance and started fighting. The crazy fight between the two also directly shattered the ice surface. And then came to the world of Big Mom, and continued to fight. Blackbeard Diki moved a moment before gravity pressed him, and the ability of the dark fruit activated, which made him move, and then the ability of the shaking fruit appeared in his right hand, and punched Sakumo with a sword chi. Boom! The two sides collided. Facing the attack of the two Admiral, Blackbeard Diki also took a step back, and then the two sides fought together again. For Blackbeard's Devil Fruit ability, Fujitora suppressed it from a long distance, and Sakumo was in close combat. The two also cooperated tacitly, so that the ability of Blackbeard Diki could not be used so smoothly. Big Mom, who was fighting with Pulsalish and Kuzan, also heard Tianyu and the others talking, and also knew that the 9 snakes had been blocked, which means that there was no support, and they were the only ones who came to fight Marine. Thinking of this, Big Mom's face is also ugly. I saw her look around the situation. Her own high-end combat power, herself, Kaido, Blackbeard Diki, and the 3 generals, have all been dragged down by Admiral, and even she can't take care of herself. The other cadres are dragged by Marine Vice Admiral, and the rest the pirates are completely at a disadvantage, especially under the attack of Marine's pacifist troops and Zone's Devil Fruit troops. Their own people are retreating, even if all the people in her kingdom are given souls. Those who can fight, such as plants, have fought, but they can't avoid being suppressed. Seeing this, Big Mom also knows. If there is no special situation, they think they are really going to die this time. Thinking of this, Big Mom also adds the strength of the attack was increased, but facing the 2 Admiral, she still did not have much confidence. Although the arrival of Kaido and Blackbeard Diki has delayed Marine's 3 high-end combat power, but for the battle between Akainu and Smoothie, it will not affect them at all. The two have already fought a real fire, or the two have passed. After the temptation phase, the death battle began. Great Major Eruption. Akainu hits Smoothie with another lava fist. Ice Wall. Smoothie is another burst of cold air, forming an ice wall to block Akainu's attack. Smoothie's cold fruit, after all, is still a lot worse than Kuzan. At least he can't affect the surrounding as long as he is far away. The situation, so he just attached the fruit power to the sword energy. Such a situation, when facing Akainu, the impact is too great. Air conditioning slash. Smoothie slashed towards Akainu with another air conditioning slash. Wherever the sword energy passed, even the air was frozen, which was enough to show the low temperature. I even have the ability of frozen fruit to face the pot, not to mention your low-level cold fruit. Boom! Hot magma emerged from Akainu's body, and then slowly walked towards Smoothie. Slash! Akainu didn't dodge at all, directly elementalized, then dodged and continued to walk towards Smoothie. Damn it! Smoothie cursed inwardly. Only when he really faced Akainu did he know how strong the opponent was. Although he was one of the 3 generals, he was still a lot worse when facing Marine Admiral. Chapter 447 The Battle of the Peak 5. Although Akainu put a lot of pressure on Smoothie, Smoothie didn't give up. He also knew the current situation. If he gave up, there was only one way to die. He didn't want to die, so, air conditioning field. As the center, within 5 meters, a field of cold air is formed. She. Oh, Akainu seemed to see something and looked at him with interest. Humph. Within my domain, my ability is the same as the ability of the Logia Devil Fruit. Smoothie didn't hide anything, only to see that under his control, a large amount of sharp ice Jinchuriki column formed directly, and then moved towards the Akainu in the field range stabs away. Oh, you have developed the same ability as Logia. It's very capable, Akainu exclaimed, but the movement in his hand was not slow at all. Gurren Karma. I saw that with Akainu at the center, the magma swirling lotus flower is formed, constantly spinning around. Smoothie, S attacks all hit the rotating magma, and then they were all evaporated by the magma. Smoothie didn't care at all, and continued to attack Akainu. Humph. Gurren Great Major Eruption. Akainu, who was in the heart of the magma Gurren, exploded directly. The whole person rushed towards Smoothie, the right fist directly turned into lava, and the whole person rushed towards Smoothie. Ice hockey. Smoothie was not afraid of Akainu who looked like this, and directly formed a huge ice sphere, rushing towards Akainu. Boom. Akainu's attack directly hit the huge hockey puck. Akainu didn't smash the opponent's puck at once, but stalemate for a while, but Akainu only smashed the opponent's puck after a stalemate for a few seconds. Akainu smashed the ice ball. Smoothie came to Akainu secretly, wrapped armament hockey's sword, and stabbed Akainu fiercely. I've been on guard for you. Akainu sneered, and then his right fist, which was originally forward, hit Smoothie's sword directly from the side. Ping! Smoothie's sword that was bound to be won, was directly deflected by Akainu, and Akainu also punched Smoothie with his left hand. Ice armor. Smoothie could only defend with all her strength, and before she could resist, she directly used her ability to form an ice armor on her body, plus armament hockey's defense. Boom! Akainu's punch hit Smoothie firmly. The hot magma directly burned Smoothie's ice armor. Fortunately, there was armament hockey's defense. Smoothie also planned to retreat quickly. However, at this time, I saw that Akainu's right hand grabbed Smoothie's sword directly, and immediately made Smoothie unable to leave unless he gave up his sword. At this time, Akainu's attack had already hit Smoothie's body. Under such circumstances, Smoothie didn't hesitate at all, gave up his sword, and then stepped back. Akainu didn't take the opportunity to chase, but looked at the sword in his hand, threw it out, and walked towards Smoothie. Smoothie also directly used the ability to deal with the scalded area, and then continued to watch Akainu alertly, and then took the initiative to attack. Ice Spear Array. Smoothie directly controlled a large number of ice spears and stabbed towards Akainu. Great Major Eruption. Faced with such an attack, Akainu directly punched, without the slightest hesitation, continued towards Smoothie. Damn it! Smoothie also bit Kiba, and then kept attacking Akainu. A large number of ice guns, ice balls, etc. all led to Akainu's attack. However, these attacks were completely insignificant to Akainu. Akainu easily solved them, and then came to Smoothie. What's wrong? Is there no way? Akainu disdainfully said. Damn, don't be too arrogant. Akainu. Smoothie yelled, ice piercing. Smoothie directly formed a spiral ice cone, then wrapped armament hockey and stabbed towards Akainu with extremely fast speed. Akainu disdains Smoothie. Observation hockey is always on, so Smoothie's movements are directly discovered by him. Although he can't avoid it, he can completely block it. The dog bites Gurren. Akainu punched Smoothie directly. Boom! In the face of Smoothie's attack, Akainu's attack was also directly penetrated, and then continued towards Akainu. Oh, Akainu was also surprised by the strong penetrating power of this move, but he still reacted. His body was directly elementalized, and armament hockey's defense was added, and then Smoothie's attack penetrated Akainu. Aha! Akainu also snorted, obviously suffering a little injury. However, Akainu didn't care at all, and came to Smoothie in an instant. Give me death. Pirates. Great Major Eruption. Akainu instantly wrapped a punch in magma and hit Smoothie directly. Damn it, it's you. Smoothie also became ruthless. Her body turned into ice, and her right fist was also covered with a sharp ice pick, hitting Akainu. Akainu is also directly elementalized, forming a mass of magma directly, pounced on Smoothie. Boom. The two sides collided, a large mass of magma hit Smoothie, and Smoothie also hit the magma with one punch, and it flew directly. Small clumps of lava, but still a lot of lava hit Smoothie directly. Ah, 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 Smoothie couldn't help but let out a shrill scream, only to see a hand directly penetrated Smoothie's abdomen. It was a Kainu. A Kainu's attack directly penetrated Smoothie's abdomen, forming a big hole. A Kainu also recovered his human form, but he didn't expect Smoothie to have the power to resist. He directly hit a Kainu with a punch. A Kainu was knocked back several steps by his carelessness. Although there was no injury, a Kainu didn't care at all. After all, the result of this battle has been determined, and Smoothie, who had been penetrated by his abdomen, could not escape the fate of death. Smoothie covered his wound. He also knew his own situation. Although he had already dealt with it urgently, he also knew his own situation. He had suffered such a serious injury, and he was still on such a battlefield. There is no saving, especially with a Kainu as a strong enemy. Thinking of this, Smoothie also looked around the battlefield. Although the Beast Pirates and the Blackbeard Pirates joined in, the situation on his side has not improved, and it can be said that his side is also in trouble. Chapter 448 The Battle of the Peak 6. Seeing the situation of her own pirate group, and the fact that the 9 snake pirates have not come yet, Smoothie also knows the current situation is not good. Since this situation has arrived, then even if I die, I will not let it go. You have a good time, at least let you be seriously injured, so as to support the mother and them. Thinking of this, Smoothie's eyes became directly fierce. And amp, magic and amp. After seeing Smoothie's eyes, Akainu also knew what the other party was thinking. Are you going to work hard? It's too late, Akainu disdainfully said. I saw that at this time, Smoothie rushed towards Akainu quickly, ice forest of thorns. A large amount of ice Jinchuriki column formed around Akainu, and then trapped Akainu. Smoothie punched it directly. It's really weak. Volcanic eruption. Akainu didn't hold back, forming a volcano, and then a large amount of magma erupted, directly submerging the surrounding ice Jinchuriki column, and then Akainu rushed towards Smoothie. Give me death. Akainu. The Ring of Frost. The Spear of Ice Sharp. Smoothie used his ability to control Akainu, but Akainu broke free in an instant. As a pirate, honestly send me to hell. Great Major Eruption. Akainu roared and punched Smoothie. Boom. The two sides collided, and both of their attacks hit each other. I saw that Akainu's attack directly penetrated Smoothie's chest, and Smoothie's attack also pierced Akainu's left hand. That's right, it's the left hand. After all, Akainu's strength is still crushing Smoothie, so even Smoothie's dying blow did not cause much injury to Akainu. This is the problem of strength. After all, Akainu's strength is in the 6th place in Admiral. It is definitely one of the best. Smoothie died directly. After being punched through the chest by Akainu, even the heart was directly burned by the magma. Akainu also pulled out his right hand and joined other battlefields. The battle between Cracker and Marine Admiral Ryokugyu. One of the 3 generals, Ryokugyu is a Marine Admiral who is specially recruited by Marine, and his strength is also powerful. There is nothing to say, it is definitely the level of the top Admiral, especially with his Devil Fruit ability. Ryokugyu is Zone, mythical, a Tauren in Minotaur form. Biscuit Army. Cracker directly used his signature method, directly forming dozens of biscuit soldiers, then waving the sword in his hand and heading towards Ryokugyu. Huh, are you having a doll party? Boy, Ryokugyu punched the biscuit soldier who was charging, and saw that the original hard biscuit soldier was directly smashed by Ryokugyu. Even though the other biscuit soldiers used hard biscuit, it was the same as a shield. It was just a punch and it shattered on the spot. Without much effort, the Cracker army created by Cracker was all smashed by Ryokugyu. Damn, Cracker was also furious when he saw that his trick was solved so easily, but he also knew that such a method could not deal with Ryokugyu, so he planned to shoot directly. Senju Cracker. I saw that Cracker directly used the fruit ability, formed 6 arms, then swung the sword and slashed towards Ryokugyu. Humph! Ryokugyu also directly covered armament haki on his fist, and then punched out the sword that Cracker swung over. Boom! I saw that Cracker took a dozen steps back before removing Ryokugyu's power. Damn, what kind of power is this? I saw Cracker's hand holding the sword was still trembling, while using the fruit the forearms formed by the ability have fallen off directly, under the tremendous power of Ryokugyu. Humph! I am the Zone mythical Minotaur form. My characteristic is strength, enormous strength. In terms of power of light, my strength is even comparable to Mr. Garp. Boy, give me death. I saw Ryokugyu use the devil fruit directly, and suddenly a group of horns appeared on his head. Nothing else changed, but his aura became more savage. Ryokugyu charged directly at Cracker and punched him. Damn it! Hard shield. Cracker faced Ryokugyu rushing towards him and used his defense directly. Armament haki covered his biscuit shield and then faced Ryokugyu's punch. Boom! Ryokugyu's fist hit Cracker's shield. Although Ryokugyu's strength was strong, Cracker still resisted, and the shield did not shatter. Ha 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 ha, your strength is nothing more than that. Cracker laughed proudly when he saw this. Seeing this, he also gained confidence. Humph, does this make you proud? Pick me up again. Ryokugyu didn't care that his fist was blocked. After all, he hadn't used his full strength yet, only to see Ryokugyu punching again. To Cracker, this time, Ryokugyu also had a green glow on his fist. Cracker saw the green light on Ryokugyu's fist. He didn't pay much attention to it, and raised his shield to meet Ryokugyu's fist. Boom! Kacha! Ryokugyu's fist hit Cracker's shield, and the shield that had resisted Ryokugyu was shattered on the spot this time. Under Cracker's stunned eyes, Ryokugyu hit him with one punch. Hit Cracker, and then hit Cracker directly into the distance. Just heard another click. Cracker stood up, but there was a click from his body, and then saw cracks appear on Cracker's body. Cracker's biscuit shell was directly punched by Ryokugyu broken, revealing his true colors. Oh, is this what you look like? Ryokugyu looked at Cracker with interest. Damn it, how could this be? Why is my defense broken? Obviously your strength hasn't increased much. Cracker was puzzled. Looking at your appearance, I'll tell you. My fruit ability, in addition to bringing me great power, is also the power of shattering. I can directly shatter what I want to shatter. So, your result is only a dead end. Saying this, Ryokugyu wasted no time and rushed towards Cracker again. He wanted to deal with Cracker as quickly as possible. Damn guy. After hearing Ryokugyu's words, Cracker also knew that his ability could be said to be restrained by him, but Cracker also didn't believe that this ability could be used at will, so Cracker also watched and rushed over Ryokugyu slashed with a sword energy. Chapter 449 The Battle of the Peak 7. Seeing Ryokugyu rushing towards him, Cracker also slashed with a sword energy without hesitation, rolling the pretzel. A spiral sword energy slashed towards Ryokugyu. GGG insect. Crush. Ryokugyu faced Cracker's sword chi attack, just stretched out his fist, covered with green light, wrapped around armament haki, and punched the sword chi. Crack. A voice sounded, and then the sword energy from Cracker was shattered by Ryokugyu, and Ryokugyu continued to charge towards Cracker unabated. Damn, that's all right. Cracker was also surprised by Ryokugyu's ability. Even his sword chi was shattered, how could he fight him? But seeing Ryokugyu getting closer, Cracker immediately cheered up. He got up, then wrapped armament haki around his sword, and slashed at Ryokugyu. Ryokugyu also continued to punch, with a ping sound. Ryokugyu's fist hit Cracker's sword, but this time Cracker's long sword did not break. It turns out that as long as I entangle armament haki, your ability still can't shatter my attack at once. Cracker finally found a way. So what? You're not my opponent at all. Ryokugyu pushed the Cracker back 2 steps, and then, armed bull crush. Ryokugyu wrapped armament haki directly, adding the fruit ability. The crazy power it brought, punched Cracker again. Armed hard biscuit shield. Cracker wrapped around the strongest armament Haki directly, and then resisted Ryokugyu's attack. At the same time, he held the right hand of the long sword and stabbed Ryokugyu under armament Haki's wrapping. Ryokugyu paid no attention to Cracker's long sword at all, and punched out, boom. Cracker's shield also made a clicking sound, and a large number of cracks appeared directly on the shield, but they did not shatter on the spot. At this time, Cracker's long sword also stabbed Ryokugyu's shoulder. However, after the long sword pierced Ryokugyu's clothes, it was hindered. Ryokugyu's strong defense made Cracker's long sword only after piercing the skin. Was caught tightly by Ryokugyu's muscles. Cracker drew his sword back without any hesitation, left Ryokugyu's side, stared at Ryokugyu, and saw that Ryokugyu, whose skin had been pierced, was healing, as expected of an illusory beast, so powerful. Resilience. Cracker also knew that he had to give a powerful attack in an instant, otherwise, he would be dead if he recovered compared to the Eudemon's type. Wave Pretzel. Cracker slashed directly at Ryokugyu with a wave-shaped slash. Originally, the sword chi that had strengthened its shape became more powerful under armament Haki's entanglement and headed towards Ryokugyu. In the face of Cracker's attack, Ryokugyu couldn't smash it with one punch like he did just now, armed combo. Ryokugyu punched 3 times in a row in an instant, facing Cracker's sword energy. In this way, Cracker's sword energy was blocked by Ryokugyu. At this time, Cracker had come to Ryokugyu's body, cookie manipulation. Senju cut. Cracker directly used cookies to form a cell, trapped Ryokugyu, and then formed 4 more arms on his body, and then all the long swords were wrapped around armament Haki and slashed towards Ryokugyu. Faced with Cracker's tricks, Ryokugyu was not worried at all. Frenzy smash. Ryokugyu's whole body appeared green light, and then a crack appeared directly in the biscuit cage that trapped Ryokugyu. Ryokugyu got out of trouble as soon as he exerted his strength. At this time, Cracker's slash also came to Ryokugyu. Go to hell, Cracker yelled, the long sword slashing towards Ryokugyu under armament Haki's entanglement. Humph. Ryokugyu was not afraid in the face of danger, without the slightest fear. The green light on his body has not receded. This is his best defense method, but Ryokugyu also punched Cracker at the same time. This time, Ryokugyu has used all his strength. Boom. The 2 sides collided. Except for Cracker's own longsword, the longswords formed by other fruit abilities shattered on the spot when Ryokugyu was slashed. After all, it was a longsword formed by a devil fruit, not a real famous sword. Only Cracker's own long sword hit Ryokugyu, and a scar was drawn on Ryokugyu's chest, but there was not much blood flowing out. Obviously, Ryokugyu's defense is extremely strong. At the same time, Ryokugyu's punch with full power also hit Cracker's abdomen. How powerful is Ryokugyu's full-strength punch? It can be said that it is not a problem to directly collapse a mountain. Cracker hit the punch firmly, and Cracker was also directly sent flying by Ryokugyu, slamming into the mountain in the distance. Ryokugyu didn't pause at all, came directly to Cracker, and then punched again. Seeing this, Cracker didn't care about the pain in his body, and directly used his ability to form a large number of biscuit shields to resist in front of him. Dodge retreat. Boom. Kacha. Cracker's shield defense was directly smashed by Ryokugyu, and then he saw that Cracker had stood up, guarding Ryokugyu. Ryokugyu also knew a good opportunity to solve Cracker. No, but Ryokugyu also did not care. After all, he is absolutely confident in his own strength. Damn it. Cracker also checked his injuries. He just received a full punch from Ryokugyu. Cracker's whole body seemed to be hit by a cannon. His organs were also severely injured, and his whole body was seriously injured. Damn it. Cracker Army. Cracker used the Cracker Army again and attacked Ryokugyu. Didn't you say it? It's useless at all. Ryokugyu laughed when he saw the Biscuit Army rushing towards him. At the same time, his hands were not slow, and the fist shadow flashed, hitting the biscuit soldier. Cracker, however, ignored Ryokugyu's ridicule, kept forming biscuit soldiers, and attacked Ryokugyu. In a short period of time, he directly formed 100 biscuit soldiers, surrounding Ryokugyu. Armed wave pretzel slash. When Ryokugyu was surrounded by biscuit soldiers, Cracker directly launched his most powerful attack, only to see Cracker quickly slash 3 times in a row. 3 slashes, condensed into AA sword energy, and then under armament Haki's entanglement, slashed towards Ryokugyu. Ryokugyu also felt a huge danger, and became serious. Is this the idea? Ryokugyu also knew Cracker's plan to disturb me. You underestimate me too much, but I with your strength, become a Marine Admiral. Chapter 450 The Battle of the Peak 8. I saw that Ryokugyu was surrounded by the biscuit soldiers, and broke out completely. Who? Ryokugyu roared, and the whole person became a little bigger in an instant, and there was more hair on his body, and the whole person's aura became violent. Up, Ryokugyu also became more like a tauren. Miscellaneous and an insects. I saw that after Ryokugyu changed, he directly punched violently and hit the ground fiercely, and then I saw that the surrounding ground was all shattered by Ryokugyu's blow, and was hit by Ryokugyu's ability. Broken, even Cracker's biscuit soldiers were all shattered. At this time, Cracker's sword energy also slashed towards Ryokugyu. Humph. Furious smash. Ryokugyu also punched Cracker's attack fiercely. Boom. The two sides collided directly, and then a big explosion occurred. Cracker's sword chi directly hit Ryokugyu. The 3 sword chi concentrated together, and then charged towards Ryokugyu. And Ryokugyu's smashing attack also hit Cracker. Even though Cracker's body had the strongest defense, Cracker felt a bit of difficulty in the face of Ryokugyu's attack. Boom. The sword chi hit Ryokugyu, and also directly hit Ryokugyu's abdomen, but under Ryokugyu's layers of defense, coupled with Ryokugyu's direct use of ability, it acts on the sword chi, and finally shatters the sword chi now. Although there is an extra hole in his body, there is not much of a problem. Cracker finally recovered at this time. Ryokugyu's strength really caused him pain and further wounded his internal organs. Cracker also spit out a large mouthful of blood. At this time, Ryokugyu also came over, and his body returned to its original state, looking at Cracker. Boy, how is my strength? As for his own injuries, Ryokugyu didn't care at all. Damn, don't be too proud. Cracker's face was ugly. He didn't expect the opponent's strength to be so strong, so that he basically had no power to fight back. Ryokugyu rushed towards Cracker in an instant. Kid, let me die here. Armed smash. Ryokugyu punched Cracker hard. Armed a hard shield. Cracker resisted Ryokugyu's attack with his left hand, and slashed Ryokugyu with his long sword in his right hand. Useless. Useless. Ryokugyu yelled, smashing Cracker's shield with a punch with his right hand, and then punching Cracker again. Cracker's sword also slashed directly on Ryokugyu's body, cutting a wound directly, but Ryokugyu ignored it completely and punched Cracker again. The two fell directly into such a cycle. Cracker kept defending and then slashed towards Ryokugyu with a sword. Ryokugyu kept hitting Cracker with his fists. He didn't care about Cracker's attack at all. Ryokugyu's fruit ability also gave him powerful defense and resilience, so Ryokugyu is not afraid at all. Although Cracker's long sword kept slashing on Ryokugyu's body, Ryokugyu's body also had a lot of wounds, but it was not fatal at all. Instead, it was Cracker who was continuously hit by Ryokugyu. Ryokugyu's powerful fist made Cracker excruciatingly miserable. Ryokugyu punched Cracker again, and Cracker used his shield again to defend, but this time, the situation was not good. He only heard a click. And it was not the shield that shattered, but Cracker's left hand. Ah, 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 Cracker screamed directly, only to see Cracker's left hand. The bone was directly broken by a punch from Ryokugyu. Cracker, who screamed, also showed flaws, and then was punched again by Ryokugyu. It hit the abdomen fiercely and was sent flying again. Cracker covered his broken left hand and stood up. His face was extremely ugly. Cracker knew that he was not Ryokugyu's opponent in the first place, let alone now. I saw this time. Ryokugyu rushed to Cracker again. Cracker saw this. He also used his ability directly, and again appeared a few arms on his body to attack. Since there is no shield, then I will fight with you. Cracker was also directly provoked, holding the long sword in his hand, and then slashed fiercely towards Ryokugyu, who was charging. Ryokugyu was not afraid when he saw the long sword that Cracker was slashing over, and he punched hard under armament Haki's entanglement. Ping! I saw Cracker's long sword slashed on Ryokugyu's fist, making a metal collision sound. Ryokugyu had no other expression, blocked Cracker's long sword, and then hit Cracker's chest directly. Cracker's long sword was blocked, and the sword was directly on his chest, and then Ryokugyu's punch directly hit the long sword, and the long sword was bent directly under Ryokugyu's punch, and then Cracker directly retreated. Cracker retreated. 6 biscuit soldiers instantly formed, holding a long sword in his hand, and slashed towards Ryokugyu. Get away from me! Ryokugyu shouted loudly. The biscuit soldier stopped for a moment, and then was directly smashed by Ryokugyu. At this time, Cracker also slashed again with his long sword. Ryokugyu didn't hesitate, and punched out again, hitting Cracker's long sword directly. Cracker didn't care when he saw this, took 2 steps back again, and looked at Ryokugyu alertly. I don't have time to play with you, let's fight it quickly. Ryokugyu looked at Cracker and said directly, and then the whole person went crazy, and a green light appeared all over his body, and then the whole person grew up in a circle, and Cracker also looked on guard. By Ryokugyu. Ryokugyu was full of violent aura, then looked at Cracker, and disappeared in place in an instant. Cracker was shocked, and then slashed back with a sword. Ryokugyu also appeared directly behind Cracker, his fist already stretched out. Ah! In the face of Ryokugyu's violent punch, Cracker screamed directly. His arm holding the long sword felt like it was about to crack, but Cracker still bit Kiba and insisted. He knew that if he gave up long sword, then there is only death. Thinking of this, Cracker keeps forming cookie soldiers, intending to interfere with Ryokugyu. However, under such circumstances, Cracker's cookie soldier could not stop Ryokugyu at all. The cookie soldier just approached Ryokugyu and was crushed by Ryokugyu's violent arrogance. There was no accident, and Cracker had no way, only being able to attack Ryokugyu directly. Cracker kept sending out sword energy, intending to avoid close combat with Ryokugyu, only to see sword energy, fluctuating sword energy, flying towards Ryokugyu. Ryokugyu also shattered the sword energy with a single punch, and then continued to charge towards Cracker, followed by another punch. Chapter 451 The Battle of the Peak 9. In the face of the menacing Ryokugyu, Cracker also bit Kiba, then took 2 steps back and used the fruit ability again. I saw that a large number of biscuits formed a set of armor, and then directly wrapped Cracker, which also made Cracker's body bigger. With one punch, these are Cracker's toughest cookies, the armor formed, armored biscuit giant. I saw a giant in armor, appearing in front of Ryokugyu's eyes, even bigger than Ryokugyu by a few points. That's interesting. Weak. Ryokugyu sneered. Damn. Don't underestimate people. Hearing Ryokugyu's ridicule, Cracker also became furious, directly controlling the biscuit giant and slashing towards Ryokugyu. Don't think it's useful if you get bigger. You're still that weak chicken. Ryokugyu looked at Cracker rushing over with disdain, and punched him directly. Cut the pretzel. Cracker swung his sword straight at Ryokugyu. Arm smash. Ryokugyu waved his fist directly, punching the sword that Cracker swung down. Boom! Ryokugyu's fist hit Cracker's long sword directly, and then, Ryokugyu blocked Cracker's long sword with force, and then came close to Cracker and punched it fiercely. Ha ha! Cracker sneered directly, and then big and small biscuit long swords appeared directly on his biscuit armor, making a defense. Ryokugyu didn't care about these long swords at all, and slammed Armament Haki's fist, which directly shattered the long sword, and then hit Cracker's armor. At this time, Cracker's sword that covered Armament Haki slashed towards Ryokugyu fiercely. This sword was already Cracker's full-strength sword, and it covered all of Cracker's Armament Haki. It can be said that Cracker has given up his defense and only seek this blow with the greatest power. Cracker's armor was directly smashed by Ryokugyu's fist, and then hit Cracker. Cracker bit Kiba and persisted, and then the long sword in his hand slashed Ryokugyu mercilessly, towards Ryokugyu's shoulder. With a ruthless slash, Cracker's full-strength sword directly slashed Ryokugyu's defense, then slashed Ryokugyu's body and slashed directly. Ah! Ryokugyu also screamed, and saw that Ryokugyu's shoulder was directly chopped to the shoulder blade, and then got stuck by the bone. Ryokugyu grabbed Cracker's long sword with one hand. Cracker's long sword suddenly couldn't move. Hey. Now, I'll catch you. Damn! Cracker was also furious when he saw that his move only cut Ryokugyu's shoulder, but at this time, Ryokugyu's fist had already hit Cracker directly in the face. Ah! Ryokugyu punched violently, knocking Cracker's head into a daze, and then Ryokugyu pulled out the long sword on his shoulder and punched again. Cracker was still awake. When he came over, he interrupted Cracker's only remaining hand. Crack! Ah! The severe pain woke up Cracker, who was drowsy. Cracker also saw his situation clearly, only to see that he had only one arm left, and it had also been broken. Come on! Damn it! My arm! Cracker's eyes were red, and the whole person was completely crazy. He was completely crazy. In this situation, he has no other possibility. There is only one way to die. Weak chicken, give me death. Ryokugyu was also a little angry. He accidentally injured Cracker, so he didn't plan to keep his hands, and directly planned to solve Cracker. I fought with you. Cracker was also completely crazy, with a large number of long swords appearing on his body, and then like a hedgehog, he rushed towards Ryokugyu with an aura of perishing. He, give me death. Arms smash. Ryokugyu looked at Cracker rushing over with disdain, wrapped Armament Haki around his hand, and punched Cracker's chest. Boom! I saw that Ryokugyu's fist hit Cracker, directly shattering the long sword formed by Cracker's ability, and then hitting Cracker directly, only to hear a click. Cracker's defense shattered again, and then Ryokugyu's fist hit Cracker directly. Ah! Cracker let out a shrill scream, only to see that under Ryokugyu's powerful fist, Cracker's chest sank directly. Ho! Cracker kept making a ho-ho sound. He also inhaled more and exhaled less, and fell directly into a near-death state. Ryokugyu's punch directly shattered Cracker's sternum. The bone fragments also pierced his heart, and Cracker didn't have much time. It didn't take long for Cracker's breath to dissipate. One of the three generals of the Big Mom pirates, Senju Cracker, died at the hands of Marine Admiral Ryokugyu. After Ryokugyu solved Cracker, he also joined other battlefields. On the other side, the battle between Momoshiki and Katakuri, one of the three generals of the Big Mom pirate group, Minister Shinsugu, is also in full swing, and the battle scene is fierce. As an admiral candidate, Momoshiki's strength is unquestionable. Although it is not as high as the top admiral, it is also the strength of the first admiral stage. Although the devil fruit ability is not the kind of powerful fruit that changes the battlefield, but with Momoshiki's swordsmanship, it is also a very powerful character. Not to mention Katakuri, the minister of Sansagu, as one of the three generals of the Big Mom pirates, the ability person of Paramesha powder fruit. Katakuri's strength is also very powerful, and the battle between the two is also very fierce. Rabbit he, a slash of a rabbit. Momoshiki cut out a sword energy directly, forming a rabbit, and then flew towards Katakuri. Pink wall. I saw that Katakuri used his ability directly to form a white wall in front of him, and then I saw Momosegi's attack, hitting the wall directly. Pung! Only a voice was heard, and then the wall turned into white powder. The white powder directly blocked Momosegi's sight. Momosegi also lost track of Katakuri. After not seeing Katakuri, Momosegi didn't panic, and used observation haki to sense the presence of the other party. In an instant, Momosegi slashed back with his own sword. Ping! Katakuri also held an iron rod and hit Momosegi's knife. I didn't expect you to find out. Katakuri laughed. Humph! Your ability is only able to confuse people's eyes. My observation haki found you easily. Momosegi said dismissively. Chapter 452 The Battle of the Peak 10. Momosegi looked at Katakuri disdainfully. Don't underestimate people. Anyway, I'm an admiral candidate. Momosegi blocked the opponent's iron rod with one knife, and then slashed at Katakuri. Integral miscellaneous angle G angle insects integral. Ping! Katakuri blocked the opponent's attack again, and then I saw Momosegi's feet turned into Yuhi-colored rabbit legs, and then kicked Katakuri. Pung! Katakuri was also kicked out by Momosegi. Although he was not injured, he was a little embarrassed. Rabbit hehehehe. Momosegi sneered, and then his feet turned into rabbit legs, jumped directly, flew high into the sky, and then slashed at Katakuri with a sword energy. Powder wall. Katakuri used the same trick again to resist Momosegi's attack, but this time, when the powder wall was hit and a large amount of powder was formed, Katakuri did not disappear. Powder-like things appeared in this area and filled it. Seeing this, Momosegi slashed out with a sword chi, a knife and wind cut. A sword chi slashed out, forming a pinnacle of wind, blowing through the powder. Although he didn't know what these were, Momosegi didn't want to try it. It's useless, Katakuri said after seeing Momosegi's action. I'm a fan of the powdered fruit. It's very easy to make these powders. You can't blow it all, Katakuri said proudly. Momosegi saw the powder cut by her sword energy, and it condensed again. She knew that what Katakuri said was true, but she didn't care, and used armament haki to defend her body. Seeing that a large amount of powder had filled the area, Katakuri also rushed towards Momosegi waving the iron rod in his hand. Take it. The iron rod headed down towards Momosegi. Ping! Momosegi saw the horizontal knife blocking it, the two sides collided, and then a spark occurred. At this time, a sudden explosion occurred. Boom! The explosion directly affected Momosegi, and Katakuri was already prepared. Katakuri instantly he rushed over and knocked Momosegi away with a single stick. Momosegi, who was hit, also left the spot with a kick of both feet, and then looked at Katakuri alertly. Why did it suddenly explode? Is it his fruit ability? No, he is a pink fruit ability, isn't he? Explosive fruit power. Momosegi was also puzzled. Katakuri looked at Momosegi with a puzzled look, and did not intend to explain, and rushed towards Momosegi again, and then the powder in the air also followed Katakuri's movement and went towards Momosegi. Take it. Dust explosion. Seeing Katakuri attacking him again, Momosegi didn't have the slightest bit of carelessness, and tried to attack again. Momosegi slashed down, and at the same time he was ready. Ping! The two sides collided, and then the explosion suddenly sounded again. Momosegi also jumped out immediately, but was not attacked by Katakuri this time. Rabbit hehehehe. I see, it's the surrounding dust explosion. That's it. Momosegi looked clear. So what? In this area, it's all within my control. Katakuri didn't care after seeing his own tactics being seen clearly. Now that you understand, then things are easy. Slash with a single slash. Momosegi slashed with a sword energy. This time, instead of fighting Katakuri in close range, he used a long-range attack. Damn! Seeing this, Katakuri scolded secretly, and then directly avoided the past. Unexpectedly, the other party used the sword energy to attack directly. I want to see how much sword energy you can emit. Rabbit hehehehe. One stab at the wind. Rankyaku Tempest Kick chases the rabbit. Momosuge slashed out with a sword energy and a huge Renkyaku tempest kick on his feet, forming the shape of a rabbit, and went towards Katakori at the same time. Damn! Dust explosion! Seeing this, Katakori waved the iron rod in his hand, and then his own. There was an explosion in front of him. The explosion directly hit Momosuge's attack. Katakori used this to resist Momosuge's attack. It's useless. In this area, I can control the explosion. Your attack is completely useless to me. Katakori exclaimed. Really? I hope you can laugh again next time. Momosuge said with a disdainful smile, then stepped on his feet, and came to Katakori in an instant. A sword chi slashed out, and then his feet moved again. Before Katakori had time when attacked, it disappeared in place. Momosuge came to Katakori's back in an instant, and then a sword chi slashed out. Katakori had just resisted the sword chi in front of him, and then his back was slashed by a sword chi. When he turned back and swung it, Momosuge has disappeared in place. After the first hit, Katakori's face was also ugly. He didn't expect the opponent's speed to be so fast, so he couldn't react at all. Katakori thought about it, and then controlled the surrounding dust to thicken a little, even to the point where he couldn't see anyone clearly. To the point of. Momosuge did not continue to attack. After all, the opponent's fruit ability is too strange, and now Momosuge is controlling his breathing and does not inhale these powders, so Momosuge also comes to the distance from time to time to take a breath. Seeing such a situation, Momosuge also tried to slash with a sword energy, and she sensed the location of the opponent with her observation haki. When the sword energy just entered this area, it was discovered by Katakori, and then an explosion occurred, and the sword energy was neutralized. It seems that he uses this to find out where I am. Then let you see my speed. Momosuge sneered. One shot, stormy cut. Momosuge directly slashed towards Katakori with several sword chi, and at the same time, his feet were not slow, and he rushed towards Katakori in an instant. Come on. After feeling the change in the dust concentration, Katakori also discovered the existence of Momosuge's dust explosion circle. I saw Katakori wave the iron rod, and then with him as the center, an explosion occurred directly on the periphery. Momosuge didn't rush forward, but went straight to the sky, and chopped down several Renkyaku tempest kicks. There's always no way for the top of your head to continue to explode, right? Momosuge said proudly. After Renkyaku tempest kick entered the dust area, Katakori also immediately discovered the attack from the top of his head, and Katakori also rolled out immediately. As for the top of his head, he didn't dare to explode. Katakori also looked ugly. Hey, I have already discovered your weakness, just attack from above you. Momosuge laughed, and she finally discovered the situation. Chapter 453 The Battle of the Peak 11. So what? Katakori said dismissively. N-airy summation insect N-airy summation. Then, your dead end is not far away. The Renkyaku tempest kick group of rabbits pursues. Momosuge launched an attack directly, and several Renkyaku tempest kicks attacked Katakori. Humph! Katakori directly changed the concentration of the surrounding dust, and then saw the situation clearly. Katakori directly hit the ice surface under his feet, and then used his ability, Soft Wall. I saw that Katakori directly formed a white the powder, then mixed with ice block, formed a defensive wall against itself. Momosuge's attack hit Katakori's defense, but the defensive wall stretched back softly, but it didn't break, and it defended Momosuge's attack well. This is a dough. Momosuge saw what was going on. That's right. Katakori also didn't care about being seen by the other party. It's really a child's trick. Momosuge sneered. Humph. Stop fighting. Katakori was not irritated by Momosuge. Momosuge didn't care either. He stepped on his feet and immediately came to Katakori's body, and then slashed down. Katakori directly controlled the dough and grabbed Momosuge. Chop. Momosuge wrapped armament haki directly on the sword, then chopped the flower ball and continued towards Katakori. Katakori held the iron rod directly to block Momosuge's attack, and then the surrounding flower balls also wrapped towards Momosuge. Momosugi jumped into the sky when he saw this, and the flower balls followed. Renkyaku Tempest Kick. Momosugi slashed down with a Renkyaku Tempest Kick, then disappeared instantly, came to Katakori's back, and slashed down. I was on guard for you. Dust explosion. Katakori exploded directly behind him. Boom. However, Momosugi cut off the explosion directly, came to Katakori, and cut him off. What? Katakori didn't encounter such a situation either. Before he could react, Momosugi slashed directly on his body, and then the whole person kept retreating. Momosugi didn't hesitate at all, and quickly chased after him, then slashed down at Katakori again. Damn it! Don't be too arrogant. Dust explosion. Looking at Momosugi who was approaching him, Katakori also became ruthless, and directly wrapped himself with a powder ball, and then exploded directly at close range. Boom! The explosion sounded directly, and Momosugi was directly affected, but she also wrapped herself in armament hockey for the first time, and then bounced directly into the sky. After the explosion, Katakori also directly controlled the powder and grabbed Momosugi in the air, and Momosugi's movements in the air were also inconvenient. Humph. Moon Step. Renkyaku Tempest Kick. Momosugi directly attacked the incoming powder group with Renkyaku Tempest Kick. Momosugi's Renkyaku Tempest Kick directly smashed the opponent's attack, and then came directly to the ground. At this time, Katakori also came to Momosugi's side, and then another explosion sounded. Boom! Momosugi didn't panic about this explosion, he slashed out with a knife, splitting the explosion, and then armament hockey defended, kicked directly, and came to Katakori in an instant. Katakori was also directly ready, he hit it with one stick, and the explosion sounded at the same time. Momosugi also didn't care about Katakori's attack at all, slashing the rabbit with one knife. Boom! The attacks from the two sides collided, and both of them flew backwards, but Momosugi was in better condition. Momosugi stabilized his body directly, and then chased after Katakori again. Katakori also stood firm, and then urgently resisted Momosugi's attack. Katakori also spit out a mouthful of blood in the face of Momosugi's attack, and Momosugi kicked Katakori's chest, and Katakori flew out. In the face of Momosugi who exploded with all his strength, Katakori also fell directly into the downwind. Katakori flew out and directly controlled the dust to explode, blocking Momosugi's continued pursuit, and then took the opportunity to stand firm and looked at Momosugi with a look of alertness. Momosugi continued to charge towards Katakori after the explosion, and the speed was extremely fast. Seeing this, Katakori kept using dust explosions to block and attack Momosugi. Momosugi is constantly using observation hockey to avoid the explosion. If he can't avoid it, he splits the explosion together, and then rushes directly towards Katakori. Damn! Looking at Momosugi who was constantly approaching, Katakori was also furious, a large amount of powder formed around him, and then surrounded himself, super dust explosion. The violent explosion sounded directly, and the scope was so large that it also affected Katakori. Katakori directly surrounds himself with a dough ball. Momosugi's face changed, and he used his ability directly, jumped up, and kept retreating to avoid this attack. Boom! Boom! The violent explosion continued to sound. After the explosion in the center, Momosugi also seized this opportunity and rushed in, splitting the explosion with a knife, and came to Katakori, who was surrounded by powder. Armed one-sword style profound rabbit slash. Momosugi directly used his most powerful strength, and then slashed down, towards the white powder in front of him. Katakori in the dough was also observation hockey constantly observing Momosugi's situation. After seeing Momosugi's attack, Katakori also felt a severe danger, and then he ran to the side without thinking. However, Katakori's movements slowed a step, only to see Momosugi's sword energy, directly splitting the powder ball that surrounded Katakori, and then directly cutting off Katakori's left arm. Katakori also took the opportunity to escape. Momosugi also took the opportunity to chase after him, intending to take the opportunity to solve Katakori's and Katakuri also directly controlled the explosion and exploded around Momoshiki. Momoshiki did not continue to pursue, but defended. After the explosion, Momoshiki's figure was also revealed. He didn't suffer any injuries, just a little embarrassed, while Katakuri was not in a good condition. He was also greatly reduced in combat power with a broken arm, and his face was pale, obviously he had lost blood. Many. Rabbit hehehehe. Momoshiki sneered, then came directly to Katakuri and cut him off. Katakuri also held the iron rod with one hand to resist Momoshiki's attack, but Katakuri, who had only one hand, was not Momoshiki's opponent. Momoshiki kicked Katakuri again, and then came to Katakuri and cut it off with one knife. Katakuri also rolled directly on the ground, avoided the past, and then looked at Momoshiki from a distance. Chapter 454 The Battle of the Peak 12. Momoshiki laughed when she saw Katakuri in such a situation. Now the situation is very clear. She will win, as long as she is not careless. Miscellaneous reference mark. On the other hand, Katakuri's expression was extremely ugly. In his situation, he had little hope of surviving in this war, so his expression was also difficult to see in such a situation. Then, Momoshiki didn't waste any more time, and rushed towards Katakuri again. Katakuri also continued to fight with Momoshiki. The battlefield between the two continued to explode, and sword energy flew everywhere. On the other side, where the Nine Snakes Island is located, Hancock and the others immediately received the situation that Marine had attacked Big Mom, and they dispatched all the troops immediately, and then began to act. On the ship of the Nine Snake Pirates, Sonia also came to Hancock's side. Sister Huang, we have discussed with the people of the Revolutionary Army. They are ready, it is not far from us, only 20 will be here in minutes. Sonia said. Well, very good. Always observe the surroundings and monitor the CP's movements. Hancock said. Don't worry, Queen, I'm always deploying observation hockey to monitor the situation around me. If they appear, I'll definitely find out right away. Sonia assured. The Nine Snake Pirates sailed on the sea for a while, and then Sonia suddenly discovered something. I found it. Sister Huang, a large number of people appeared in my perception, and they suddenly stopped moving. Sonia said suddenly. In which direction? Hancock asked. The uninhabited island right in front of us. Sonia said, there are about 1,000 people, but they are all very powerful. The weakest one has the strength of a major, and the strongest is admiral level. There are 3 and 2 quasi-admiral level powerhouses. Quote. Fortunately, in such a situation, we can completely solve them. Notify the Revolutionary Army of their situation. Hancock said. Okay, Queen. Sonia also responded, then called Dragon and the others, telling them the location and the situation. Has it finally appeared? CP. Dragon thought to himself after receiving the notification from Sonia and the others. Everyone set out with me. This time, we will completely destroy the CP department of the world government. Yes. Sabo and Ivankov shouted, and then the group set off quickly. At this time, the Nine Snakes ships were only 10 minutes away from where CP and the others were ambushed. Prepare to attack and catch them by surprise. Hancock said. Sonia and the others have also brewed their own big moves, especially Sonia, she has already begun to brew Lei Ying. Soon, Sonia and the others came to this deserted island. Looking at the island that was close at hand, Hancock also directly ordered, go. Petrified arrow. Hancock took the lead, and a large number of petrified arrows were directed towards observation hockey fly away from the perceived place. Lei Ying. Sonia flew directly to the sky, and then controlled a huge black lightning ball, with an endless atmosphere of destruction, and landed towards the island. Lei Ying's move, Sonia wants to use it. She must go through 10. It takes minutes to brew, so it is usually not used at all, only this time, there is a chance. Shinra Bansho, all creation. Kuina directly slashed towards the island with a sword energy of the profound level. Snake's breath. Groud directly transformed, and then the 8 heads spit out their breath and left. Sandstorm. Margaret was not to be outdone. The other captains also launched their own attacks one after another, hitting where observation hockey felt, including the QB Nine-Tails Fox. Foxfire attacked the past. When Hancock attacked, the CP people who were ambushed on the island also discovered the situation here. Then they attacked. Rankyaku Tempest Kick Snake. Wings and claws are broken. Steel Dragon. King Kong Roar. Rankyaku Tempest Kick Quick Shot. CP0 directly launched their own attacks, and the other people also reacted and launched their own attacks to resist the attacks of the 9 snakes. Boom, boom. 9 snakes attack directly hit the island, hit the location of the CP's person, and an explosion occurred directly. Hancock and the others also took the opportunity to get off the boat, came to the island, and came to the place where the explosion occurred. After a while, the explosion finally disappeared, and then the scene inside was revealed. There was a huge deep pit. A lot of the man in black died directly there. There were nearly 200 people, and most of the rest were injured. Only the powerful people had nothing to do. After the people who saw the 9 snakes came, the surviving CPs were led by the 5 CP0s and came to the 9 snakes and they confronted each other. How on earth did you know that we had an ambush here? Asked the leading man in a white coat. You are really stupid. Don't you think observation hockey can't perceive you? Sonia looked at them disdainfully. How is that possible? You were already ready to attack when we were far away, right? Said the man in the lead. He could see that the other party was clearly planning an attack. Our observation hockey is powerful, isn't it? Sonia said disdainfully, and she didn't want to explain more to them. Since you have discovered it, then you don't want to leave here to support the Big Mom pirates. The leading man said coldly. You are the CP intelligence agency of the world government, right? If that's the case, then you all die here. Hancock looked at each other disdainfully. Even if you are the 3 emperors, but facing us, don't try to solve us easily. The man headed by the CP department said seriously. If that's the case, get on me and wipe them out. Hancock ordered. Yes. The members of the 9 snake pirates also responded one after another, and then looked at CP and them eagerly. Hey, don't be too arrogant. The 5 CP0 people headed by them also turned into beasts one after another, so a huge Titan Python, Function Wyvern, King Kong, and 1 person were instantly metallized. The remaining 1 remains unchanged. They are the 6 members of CP0, 3 of which are Admiral-level characters, and 2 are also quasi-Admiral-level powerhouses. This is the strength of the CP0 department. Chapter 455 The Battle of the Peak 13. In addition to these Admiral-level powerhouses, there are more than 20 Vice Admiral-level powerhouses, and the rest are Rear Admiral or School-level powerhouses. This is indeed a powerful force that can indeed compete with 9 snakes. World War I, Bug. Be careful, they are very powerful. Hancock reminded. Don't worry, Sister Huang. Sonia was also excited. Then the 5 CP0 people in the lead moved and rushed towards Hancock. I saw that the Titan Python had just set off, and Grout had also turned into Yaki Orochi, and then stopped the Titan Python. The Function Wing Long Yi roared up and attacked Hancock. Hancock didn't move at all, and then saw a sword chi suddenly appear, heading towards the Function Wing Long. Ping! Function Pterosaur's claws smashed the opponent's sword energy, and then saw Kuina staring at Function Pterosaur with a knife in his hand. At this time, a figure flashed by at an extremely fast speed, and charged towards the 9 snakes. The target was also Hancock. Just as he was about to attack Hancock, a thunderbolt fell from the sky, and the figure also stopped directly, and then I saw a thin man appear there. Sonia also opened observation hockey and stared at him tightly, because Sonia also discovered that the other party's speed was extremely fast, and she did not dare to be careless at all. Lightning flashed on her body, and she was always ready to act. Roar! The ground suddenly vibrated, and I saw an incomparably gigantic King Kong rushing towards him. Let me be your opponent. QB Ninetails Fox said this sentence with difficulty, and she was finally able to start talking. She is also a human, but she just ate Zoanmythicocubi, 9 tails. Tails, fox fruit. The last opponent of the person who sent out the Iron Dragon earlier is Hancock, the captain of the 9 snakes. I am the Iron Man who ate the iron fruit. Iron is the most powerful person in CP0, so he is also the to deal with Hancock. Then the two sides fought together in an instant, and the battle began directly. The two sides also fought each other. The captains of the 9 snake pirates also fought with the CP people. This uninhabited island directly became a battlefield, and there were battles everywhere. Location. The captains of the 9 snake pirates, such as Margaret, Kikyo, Monet, Zala, Perona, Miss Valentine, and Queen Sweetheart, have also taken action one after another, especially Perona, who hides her fruit ability and intends to strike a blow must kill. When the 9 snakes were fighting, the people of the Revolutionary Army also rushed towards this uninhabited island. They only need 20 minutes to arrive. At that time, no one who believes in CP will be able to escape. On the battlefield of the Big Mom Pirates, the battle between Momoshiki and Katakuri also came to the last moment. After Katakuri lost an arm, he was constantly hit by Momoshiki, and his injuries continued to appear. Ping! After another blow, Katakuri and Momoshiki separated. Katakuri was gasping for breath, his whole body was sweating, and he was about to reach his limit. Are you going to die here? Really? It's not reconciled, Katakuri thought to himself. Momoshiki didn't stop at all, and continued to charge towards Katakuri. The knife in his hand was swung faster than the knife. Katakuri also kept parrying. However, there were more and more scars on his body. PFF'd. Katakuri was knocked out by Momoshiki again. Damn it. Katakuri stood up again. Even so, I want you to be buried with me. Katakuri's face showed a fierce expression. Humph. Do you want to work hard? You think too much. Momoshiki looked at Katakuri disdainfully, knowing that she has basically no major injuries other than physical consumption, so as long as she is not careful, Katakuri there was absolutely no way to get her. Katakuri rushed towards Momoshiki himself, waving the iron rod with one hand and hitting Momoshiki. Dust explosion. The moment the iron rod touched Momoshiki's knife, it exploded without any warning at all. Katakuri himself was within the scope of this explosion. In the smoke of the explosion, Momoshiki rushed out directly, and the whole person was in a state of embarrassment. She also directly endured the explosion, and Katakuri did the same. Good trick. Use yourself as bait. It's really cruel. Momoshiki was amazed. Otherwise, how could it hurt you? Katakuri didn't care about his injuries at all, just wanted to seriously injure Momoshiki, and then Katakuri charged towards Momoshiki again. One shot chasing the rabbit. Momoshiki slashed out with a sword energy and hit Katakuri. It's useless. Katakuri directly knocked Momoshiki's slash away, and then continued to charge. Seeing Katakuri's situation, Momoshiki was also ruthless. Okay. Let's see, who will die first. Momoshiki also directly defended armament hockey, and then slashed towards Katakuri with a knife. Boom! The explosion sounded, but the two of them didn't care at all and continued to attack each other. Boom! Momoshiki slashed directly at Katakuri's neck. Katakuri also directly resisted, and then was kicked out by Momoshiki. At this time, Momoshiki came to Katakuri in an instant and slashed. Ah! Katakuri let out a scream, and saw another wound on his chest. Katakuri exploded again, and Momoshiki was also directly affected by the explosion, even though armament hockey had been used for defense, but was also injured internal organs. Momoshiki didn't hesitate. Armed rabbit chase. Momoshiki slashed straight out, targeting Katakuri's chest. Katakuri also felt the danger of ultimate, and the whole person did not hesitate at all, but at the same time, he was extremely crazy. Give me death. Infinite explosion. Katakuri directly detonated a large number of dust explosions. Boom, boom. A violent explosion sounded directly, and Momoshiki also stabbed Katakuri in the chest when the explosion sounded. After the blow was successful, Momoshiki planned to retreat, but at this time, Katakuri grabbed it with one hand. Taking Momosagi's sword, "Bury with me." Katakuri went crazy. Momoshiki gave up the sword in her hand without any hesitation, and quickly left the range of the explosion. However, the violent explosion still affected her. Boom, boom. The violent explosion directly blew a huge pothole on the spot, and the aftermath also dissipated towards the surroundings. Momoshiki also escaped at this time and finally left the center of the explosion. Chapter 456 The Battle of the Peak 14. After escaping, Momoshiki breathed a sigh of relief, and also found that she had suffered a lot of injuries. After all, her strength was still much worse than Akainu and the others. Said, it was a little difficult, and he also suffered a lot of injuries. Miscellaneous parallel G parallel insect equals. After a while, the explosion finally dissipated, and the scene inside was finally revealed. Momoshiki also stepped forward. Just at the last moment, she also stabbed Katakuri in the heart. Although she did not die immediately, the situation of Katakuri was also not good, especially within the range of such an explosion. After the explosion, Katakuri's figure appeared there, but his condition was not very good. The whole body was covered in blood, especially the heart, which was even more miserable. Katakuri had exhaled more and less air. "I didn't expect to be alive." Momoshiki came to Katakuri, and raised the knife in his hand. Katakuri saw this and wanted to move, but he couldn't move, and even his weapon fell to the ground going up. Momoshiki cut off Katakuri's head without any hesitation, and ended the battle here. After defeating Katakuri, Momoshiki also dealt with his injuries, and then went to other battlefields to support others. Now, on this battlefield, the main battles are in 3 places, namely Big Mom, Kaido and Blackbeard Diki's battlefield. In other places, under the absolute strength of Marine, it is believed that they will soon be able to solve the battle. The battle has reached the present, and the pirates have given up hope. On other battlefields, the battle between the 9 Snakes pirates and the CP department is also in full swing. In the captain-level battle, the 2 sides are on the same level. Got hot. On the battlefield between Groud and the Titan Python, the Titan Python turned into a super python that was 2 meters thick and tens of meters long, exuding an extremely cold breath, and then charged towards Groud. It turned out to be a Titan Python. But I'm an Orochi Yachi. Groud was completely unwilling to be outdone, and directly transformed into an equally huge Yaki Orochi, staring closely at the Titan Python. The Titan Python swung its huge body directly, swept everything around it, and then came to Groud. For Orochi, who was bigger than himself, the Titan Python had no fear at all. Renkyaku Tempest Kick Snake Tail. The Titan Python directly flicked its tail, and then a snake-shaped slash, and went towards Groud. The key swipe. Groud was unwilling to be outdone in the face of this attack from the Titan Python, and directly slapped the opponent with a snake's tail. Boom! Groud's snake tail directly shattered the opponent's Renkyaku Tempest Kick Slash, and then continued to hit the opponent. The Titan Python did not expect that his attack would be shattered, so in the face of the sudden attack from the snake's tail, the Titan Python directly swung its tail and greeted it. Boom! How could the hastily prepared attack be the opponent of the long-prepared Groud? Even though armament hockey was entangled, the Titan Python was still flying backwards under Groud's blow. Damn! Such a powerful force, can only be said to be Orochi Yaki. The king of snakes, with my scale defense power, plus armament hockey, it is still so painful. Titan Python's snake eyes flashed a little surprised. After hitting the Titan Python with one blow, Groud didn't stop at all, twisted his body directly, came to the Titan Python, and then slapped it with a tail. Damn! Shigen Finger Pistol, Snake Tail Thorn. The Titan Python saw Yaki Orochi coming to him, and also used Shigen Finger Pistol directly with his snake tail. This trick, even the steel will be penetrated, is extremely powerful. Boom! The snake tail of the Titan Python stabbed directly into Orochi's tail. Although Orochi directly swept the Titan Python away again, the attack of the Titan Python also pierced the defense of Groud. Stabbed Groud. Roar! Garrett also screamed because of the pain, and then he breathed out his 8 heads towards the Titan Python, corrosive breath. The 8 breaths went towards the Titan Python, blocking his surroundings, leaving him nowhere to hide. Snake shave. The Titan Python, facing such an attack, directly bounced towards the ground with its tail, and then quickly fled to the surroundings in an S-shaped route. CC. Although the Titan Python was very fast, half of Gruder's breath hit the Titan Python, and the breath with corrosion function corroded directly on the Titan Python's scales, even if the armament hockey defense was used for the first time, but the scales were still corroded, but the Titan Python still did not respond in the slightest, completely disregarding its own injuries. After seeing the other party's situation, Groud directly controlled the 8 snake heads to bite the other party directly. The snake Kiba had a green light, obviously poisonous. When the Titan Python saw this, it also knew that if it was bitten by the opponent, it would be bad, shaving snake. It also fell into the void. This is also a weakness of Yaki Orochi. The huge size also brings a slow speed. After getting rid of the opponent's attack, the Titan Python also turned back directly, Shigen finger pistol, snake gun. The Titan Python stabbed its tail again, cut through the air, and stabbed toward Orochi. Rained by snakes. After seeing this attack, Groud was not to be outdone, and directly controlled 3 heads. One wrapped around armament hockey and came to resist the opponent, and the other 2 heads hit him from the side. Boom! Yaki Orochi's head collided with the other's snake tail, and then the other 2 heads directly hit the Titan Python. With another boom, the Titan Python was directly hit and spat out of the big mouthful of blood, was then tied up again, and threw it on the ground, and the Titan Python spat out another mouthful of blood. Boom! I saw Groud controlling the snake's tail and slamming towards the Titan Python again. The huge power directly cut through the air, made a gas explosion, and went towards the other side. The Titan Python didn't have time to breathe, it rolled over and avoided the past, only to see the original place, and a large crack was drawn directly. It can be seen that the opponent's attack is powerful. The Titan Python hurriedly came to the side, and then looked on alertly. With Groud. Chapter 457 The Battle of the Peak 15. After the battle, the Titan Python also discovered a problem. Although its own strength is not the opponent's opponent, it should be able to delay the opponent's continuous time. However, now it seems that he is directly at a disadvantage. His Devil Fruit Titan Python form is too different from the opponent's Orochi form. The opponent's fruit ability directly crushes him, and his strength is not the opponent. The opponent, coupled with the suppression of the fruit ability, so the Titan Python also knows that the situation is not very good, especially its most powerful means, the Python's strangulation ability, is completely useless for the opponent. After all, the opponent's strangulation ability is definitely better than his also powerful. However, the battle must continue. After all, this is the order of the world government Gorosei, 5 elders. Thinking of this, the Titan Python can only bite Kiba and go up. The snake-shaped slash, headed towards Yaki Orochi. Yaki slash. In the face of the opponent's attack, Groud directly controlled the snake's tail to swipe, directly smashing the opponent's slash, and then continued to attack the opponent. The Titan Python was also helpless, but fortunately he had already prepared and was ready to go. The huge snake tail also attacked the opponent, Renkyaku Tempest Kick. The Titan Python directly controlled the tail and stabbed the opponent. Passed. Boom. The 2 sides collided, and the huge force was also transmitted from the opponent's attack, and then the Titan Python also followed this force and retreated directly. If the attack failed, Groud didn't care. Although the opponent's ability was suppressed by himself, it was not so easy to solve, so Groud attacked again. The Titan Python is just delaying the opponent. After all, the mission this time is to block the opponent, not to defeat the opponent, so the Titan Python is also walking and attacking, constantly delaying, and for a while, here is also in a deadlock. On the other side, where Sonya was fighting with another CP0, God's Judgment. Sonya directly hit the opponent with a Thunder Jinchuriki column, and the speed of the Thunder Jinchuriki column was also extremely fast, just before it was about to attack the opponent. At that time, the other party suddenly moved. Sonia also narrowed her eyes, because she found that when Lei Jinchuriki column was about to attack the place, the other party suddenly moved. In just a moment, the other party avoided Sonia's attack, and then suddenly came in front of Sonia, armed Shigan finger pistol as very fast. I saw the opponent's attack, extremely fast, like lightning, came to Sonia. Thunder and lightning. Although Sonia was surprised by the speed of the other party, she still reacted. After all, the speed of Guro Guro no Mi, Rumble Rumble Fruit, is not for nothing, and the speed of thunder and lightning is also extremely fast. Sonia he disappeared directly in place, and then appeared in the distance. What a fast speed. Sonia looked at each other in surprise. Humph, I ate the Paramesha speed fruit, and my speed can even reach the speed of light. I saw the other party say. The speed of light, that's what your body can handle, Sonia said disdainfully. Although she ate Guro Guro no Mi, Rumble Rumble Fruit, it was impossible for her to move at the speed of lightning all the time. Her body and the will can't stand it. Yes, only if my body and will can bear it, can I reach the speed of light. The other party did not deny it, and directly admitted it. Then it's easy to deal with, Sonia thought to herself. After all, eating Guro Guro no Mi, Rumble Rumble Fruit, also gave her a strong reflex and a sense of speed. Rapid shave, Shigan finger pistol as fast. I saw that the speed code name crossed the distance in an instant, came to Sonia, and then pointed out. The speed was so fast that an afterimage appeared directly. Although the other party's speed is very fast, Sonia is not completely unresponsive. The moment the other party moves, Sonia's observation hockey has already sensed the other party's actions, so Sonia's movements are not slow at all. Discharge. Sonia did not leave the place, but at the moment when the speed came to her, a large amount of lightning was released directly. I saw that the area centered on Sonia was directly covered with thunder and lightning flooded all the surrounding corners. The moment Sonia made her move, she also gave up her attack directly, and then backed away, directly at Sonia. Before Ya's lightning field was formed, she left here and came to the periphery. What a fast speed! Sonia looked at the other party's actions solemnly, but she didn't expect the other party to escape before the thunder and lightning surrounded him. After getting out of the siege of thunder and lightning, the speed also looked at Sonia seriously. He didn't expect the opponent's attack speed to be so fast, so he also became serious. 30 million volt Thunderbird. Sonia directly waved a thunderbolt to form a Thunderbird, and flew towards the other side. 60 million volt Thunder Dragon. At the same time, another huge Thunder Dragon surrounded the other side. Rapid shave. The speed left the area directly and quickly. For the Thunderbirds and Thunder Dragons blocking the road, it was a Shigan finger pistol under armament hockey, entanglement, dispersing each other, and then escaped, heading directly towards Sonia rushed over. Regarding his speed, neither Thunderbird nor Thunder Dragon could intercept each other, and rushed towards Sonia. Renkyaku Tempest Kick. The speed came directly in front of Sonia, and then kicked out an afterimage. The slash went towards Sonia. Seeing her slashing in front of her, Sonia was not surprised. Thunder Jinchuriki column. A Thunder Jinchuriki column formed in her hand and hit the opponent, resisting the opponent's attack, and then directly elementalized. The lightning flashed towards the speed. Whoosh! The speed was not to be outdone in the face of Sonia's speed, and directly moved, and then moved with Sonia at high speed, and the two of them were also constantly moving in this area. Ping! 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 The two sides kept colliding, then separated again, and continued to attack. The two sides kept changing direction, but the speed of the two sides was very fast, and neither could do anything to the other. As a speed fruit person and a Guro Guro no Mi, Rumble Rumble Fruit person, the speed of both sides was also extraordinary, and the two sides were extremely fast. Moving, no one showed the slightest flaw. Lightning net. After Sonia separated from the other party, she directly controlled the thunder and lightning, forming a thunder net that directly covered this area, leaving no room for the slightest bit. Seeing such a situation, speed did not continue to move at high speed. After all, the opponent's attack had already covered such a large area, so he also directly prepared for the attack. When the lightning net was about to cover him, the speed suddenly moved. The shadows of the hands moved towards the Lewang. Chapter 458 The Battle of the Peak, 16. Looking at the lightning net shrouded towards him, the speed is not at all afraid. Shigen finger pistol afterimage strike. I saw Shigen finger pistol bombarding the lightning net at a very fast speed, very fast, resulting in an afterimage. Hashtag miscellaneous Wuji Wu worm hash. Under his attack, the lightning net above Speed's head was torn apart directly, and then Speed's body moved quickly and escaped directly from the gap. However, when he just walked out of the gap that was made, he saw that a thunder dragon had already bombarded. I have been guarding you for a long time. 60 million volt thunder dragon. Speed didn't expect to be caught in the opponent's trap. The other party had been waiting for him for a long time, and he was directly hit by thunder dragon. Ah! 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 The whole person screamed directly. Although he has used iron blocks and armament hockey defense, but under the attack of thunder and lightning, he also screamed directly. Although he was attacked, the Speed also understood what time it was, so he endured the numbness and pain in his body and left the place directly. The moment he left, he was hit by Sonia's thunder and lightning. A big hole was blasted. The Speed also suppressed the numbness of the body, and then left Sonia far away. Although these distances were nothing to them, they could give them a reaction time. Sonia, who was shot down, did not miss this good opportunity. Lightning flashed all over her body, and then rushed towards the Speed. Thor's gun. Projected past. Rapid shave. Speed did not intend to resist, and directly used the fruit ability to leave the place, dodging Sonia's attack. However, Sonia did not give up. Teleport. I saw Sonia flashing with lightning all over her body, and then quickly pursued towards the Speed. Reikiri. Lightning flashed in her hand, and attacked the opponent. Seeing this, Speed didn't dare to be careless at all. Renkyaku Tempest Kick. Speed kicked out 2 slashes and slashed towards Sonia. Sonia also directly smashed the opponent's attack, and then continued. Attack towards Speed. Seeing this, Speed also used armament hockey directly. Armed Shigen finger pistol, Speed attack. Speed disappeared instantly in place, and then suddenly appeared in front of Sonia, attacking the past with a single blow. The Reikiri in Sonia's hand also attacked the opponent. Boom. The two sides collided, and then the two retreated at the same time. Sonia directly released a lot of thunder and lightning without the slightest hesitation. The Speed was in the instant of retreating, and it avoided the past, left the place, then avoided Sonia's attack, and then left Sonia far away. It's really troublesome. Sonia couldn't help sighing when she saw such a situation. The opponent was a Speed-type opponent, and her speed did not exceed the opponent's. In this way, she wanted to defeat the opponent. Difficult things. I hope the next time, when the Revolutionary Army comes, they can solve the other party. Sonia thought of this, but she did not continue to press the other party too eagerly, but just kept disturbing the other party. After seeing that the opponent did not continue to attack him like this, he was relieved. Although he was very fast, his attack power was still a lot worse, so this situation is the best. After all, they only need to hold the opponent. The battle here is also in a stalemate, and the battle of the Kuina Hefeng God Pterosaur is in full swing, with a sound of, hush. A shadow covering the sky came towards Kuina, and a pair of sharp claws grabbed towards Kuina's head. I believe that if this move is hit, there will definitely be death and no life. Obviously, this is the claws of the Function Pterosaur. However, Kuina is not easy to mess with. As a female great swordsman, Kuina's strength is also very powerful. How could she die under this move? Slash the air with one sword. He came out and slashed towards the claws of the Function Pterosaur. Ping! Function Winglong's claws were directly slashed by Kuina's sword chi, making a sound of gold and iron clashing, and then Function Winglong Yi was lifted up by the power of the sword chi. Kuina stepped on the moon step and chased after her. Although the sky was not a good battlefield for her, for a great swordsman, fighting was not a problem. It's actually Moon Step. I didn't expect Marine Rokushiki to reach such a level in your hands. After seeing Kuina's Rokushiki accomplishments, Function Pterodactyl couldn't help but sigh. He went out, so he didn't think much about it. As a swordsman, you can't be blocked by the sky or the sea. Kuina said. Then, let me see how much power you have. Function Pterosaur pounced directly at Kuina, wing claws shattered the sky. A pair of sharp claws revealed small slashes, and slashed towards Kuina. Go. Nice attack. Kuina sighed in admiration, slashing the wind with one slash. Kuina slashed out with a single slash. Wherever the sword passed, even the air was split open, and then slashed towards the Function Pterosaur. Boom! The two sides collided, and the endless sword energy went towards Function Pterosaur. Roar! Function Pterosaur saw this, and quickly flapped its wings, blowing a strong wind, disturbing the sword energy, and then left. After arriving here, he flapped his wings and flew high into the sky, then swooped down again. God Hurricane. The wind god Pterosaur directly fanned his steel-like wings, and a hurricane was created out of thin air. The hurricane was full of sharp slashes, heading towards Kuina. Hurricane. Then I'll let you see this move, cut through the wind with one knife. Kuina was not afraid of the opponent's attack at all, and directly held the knife and cut out a sharp sword energy, heading towards the hurricane. Where the sword chi passed, it directly confronted the hurricane, and then the extremely sharp sword chi directly smashed the wind blade inside the hurricane. After cutting through, it dissipated directly. At this time, Function Wing Long Yi was blocked by the hurricane and came to Kuina, wing claw smash. A team of claws wrapped around Armament Hockey and grabbed Kuina directly. Do you think I didn't find it? My observation Hockey has already found you. Kuina sneered, and then cut out with a knife, directly resisting the claws of Function Pterosaur. Ping! The two sides collided. Even in the air, Kuina did not fall into the disadvantage. Chapter 459 The Battle of the Peak 17. Seeing that his attack was blocked by Kuina, Function Wing Long Yi did not hesitate at all, and roared again and flew into the air. He also knew that it was irrational to fight a big swordsman in close quarters. NRE product she NRE product _____. Don't even think about running away. It's like a storm. After Kuina saw that the opponent was about to escape again, he also directly cut out several sword chi storms, forming a sword chi storm, and slashed towards the opponent. Rankyaku Tempest Kick Wing Claws. After Function Pterosaur saw Kuina's attack, his claws also struck two claw-shaped slashes, heading towards the opponent. Boom! The sword chi storm and the claw-shaped slash collided together, and then exploded directly, forming a storm, and then both cancelled out, and the Function Wing Long Yi flew high into the sky again. Kuina stepped directly on the moon step and chased towards the Function Pterosaur. When it came not far from the Function Pterosaur, Kuina directly observation Hockey locked the Function Pterosaur, and then a sharp sword chi whistled. Out! Seeing this, Function Pterosaur also directly wrapped Armament Hockey around his pair of sharp-edged wings, and then cut straight down, slicing Kuina's slash directly like a saber, and then continued to slash towards Kuina. Go! Heavy slash in one stroke. Kuina didn't retreat. As a great swordsman, how could he retreat under such circumstances, only to see Kuina directly slashing out a thick sword energy. Ping! Function Pterosaur's wings collided with Kuina's sword chi, but at the moment of contact with the sword chi, Function Pterosaur felt a heavy pressure, and this sword chi carried a huge amount of energy. Pressure. At this time, Kuina also seized this opportunity, came to Function Pterodactyl, and then slashed at him, one slash. Kuina's knife slashed straight towards Function Pterosaur. Seeing the path in front of him, Function Long Yi didn't panic. He smashed the sword chi that was suppressing him with his claws, and then directly flapped his wings, intending to fly away from here. Although the speed of Function Pterosaur was very fast, Kuina's knife still hit Function Pterosaur, only to see that one of Function Pterosaur's paw was directly wounded by Kuina's knife, and then Function Pterosaur escaped. After one blow wounded the Function Pterodactyl, Kuina also pursued the victory. One sword flowed the sword net. With one knife, he cut out the net formed by the sword chi and shrouded the function pterosaur. Don't be too arrogant. Pterodactyl strike. I saw function pterosaur rushing directly towards Zhanwang. The whole person cut the Zhanwang directly like a knife, and then rushed towards Kuina. Good job. Slashing the air with one slash. Kuina was overjoyed when she saw the opponent rushing over, and a sharp sword chi slashed towards the opponent. However, this time, the function pterodactyl directly smashed Kuina's sword energy, then came to Kuina in an instant, and attacked Kuina. Kuina also did not expect such a situation. In a hurry, he could only block in front of him with a knife, and then the attack of function pterosaur directly hit Kuina's knife, and the huge force also passed directly through the knife and passed to Kuina. Under such a force, Kuina also flew upside down. Pterosaur shattering the air. Function pterosaur did not miss this good opportunity, chasing directly towards Kuina. A pair of sharp claws swallowed slashes and grabbed towards Kuina. Kuina, who flew out, stepped directly on the moon step and stabilized her body. At this time, the attack of the function pterosaur was also close at hand. Kuina directly used the fastest knife, draw the knife and cut. I saw Kuina took the posture of drawing the knife directly, and then pulled it out quickly. The speed was so fast that it rubbed the air directly, and then rode towards the function pterosaur. Ping! The two sides collided, and the result was that neither could do anything to the other. At this time, Kuina had stabilized his body, puncture with a knife. Kuina directly held his own knife and made a stabbing motion, and then a sharp the sword energy stabbed directly towards the function pterodactyl. There was also a strong alarm sound in function pterosaur's mind. He absolutely believed in this blow, able to pierce his entire body. The function pterosaur, who believed in his feelings, directly used all his armament haki to defend against it. Himself, and then a pair of sharp claws grabbed towards this sword chi, intending to deviate from the direction of this sword chi. Ping! The sharp claws collided with the sword chi, and the originally injured claw was seriously injured again, and the blood was flowing, but Long Yi of the Fengsheni didn't care. Under this blow, the sword chi finally shifted. He got up, and then pierced one of the wings of the function pterosaur. Without the slightest hesitation, function winglong directly flapped its wings and roared up. At this time, another sword chi slashed out and wiped the function winglong away. Fengsheni Long Yi was very happy, and at the same time quickly left the place, far away. Facing Kuina from a distance, I saw a big hole appear directly on one of the wings of function pterosaur. Although he was still able to fly, his speed was greatly slowed down, but Fengsheni Long Yi didn't care about this. Kuina didn't stop, slashed several sword chi towards function pterosaur again, and then chased after function pterosaur. The function pterosaur directly avoided the sword energy, and it was smashed with a single claw, and then saw Kuina rushing towards him again. Pterosaur wind pressure. Function pterosaur directly flapped its wings, and then a mass of wind pressure formed, pressed towards Kuina. Kuina directly slashed out with a sword energy, and then felt the power of this pressure, which also caused her to continue to descend. Even if she stepped on the moon step quickly, it continued to descend, a knife and shattering wind. Kuina directly a huge sword chi slashed out, and the sword chi was so big that it directly enveloped the wind pressure, and then the sword chi passed through it, and it was cut in two, and the wind pressure was directly chopped by Kuina. Seeing this, function pterosaur didn't care, and continued to flap its wings, hitting one after another of wind blades, constantly flying towards Kuina, with countless wind blades. One knife-like storm. Seeing this, Kuina also stopped her pursuit, and then cut out a sword energy directly, forming a storm, and slashed towards the wind blade of function pterosaur. The wind blades of the two sides collided directly, the sword chi storm faced the sword chi storm, and the sound of ping ping pong pong sounded. They dissipated each other, and the storm subsided. Seeing this, function pterosaur continued to slash towards Kuina with wind blades. Instead of rushing towards Kuina, it just attacked Kuina from a distance. Chapter 460 The Battle of the Peak 18. Kuina didn't care when she saw that the other party made up her mind not to fight with her. Kuina was very confident in herself, and she believed that she could defeat the other party. Swastika's insect swastika. Slashing the air with a single knife. Kuina didn't play around in the Hefeng pterosaur, but with an incomparably huge sword energy, he cut straight out and slashed towards the Function pterosaur in the sky. In the face of such a large sword energy, it was impossible for Function Longyi to dodge the past, so Function Longyi attacked directly, wings and claws are broken. Grab this sword energy. Ping. However, this sword chi was the sword chi that Kuina slashed with all his strength, and the Function pterosaur was directly knocked into the air by the sword chi, and then the sword chi slashed towards the Function pterosaur. Damn! Armed with steel wings. Seeing this, Function pterosaur also felt a strong threat, and directly wrapped armament hockey on his own wings, and then the wings wrapped himself, defending himself to the death, and the wings were also he has the strongest defense other than claws. Boom! The sword chi directly hit the Function pterosaur, and then continued to fly towards the sky. The atmosphere in the sky was also directly cracked by Kuina's move, and the atmosphere cracked. Function Longyi was directly slashed and flew out, and there was a deep scar on his wing. Function Longyi stabilized his body. At this time, Kuina took the opportunity to come to Function pterosaur, then slashed over. The Function pterosaur, who had just stabilized his body, suddenly lost his soul, and without thinking much, he directly blocked the sharp claws in front of him, and also wrapped armament hockey at the same time. Kuina slashed on the claws of Function pterosaur with a knife, making a sound of golden iron, and at the same time sparks splashed everywhere. Kuina didn't stop, just grabbed his knife and slashed his claws to the side, and Function pterosaur's claws directly being blocked, the abdomen of the Function pterosaur was immediately exposed. Kuina's eyes flashed, and the knife in his hand was swung out like lightning. The sharp sword chi was wrapped around the sword, ready to go. With the help of the sword chi, Kuina's knife slashed fiercely. In the wind god pterosaur. Ah, 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 the sharp sword chi directly tore the defense of Function pterodactyl, and cut a huge wound directly in his abdomen. The pain also caused Function pterosaur to bite Kiba, and then left directly. Hell, he didn't care about his injuries at all. If he continued to fight Kuina in close quarters, he would definitely die. Facing the fleeing Aeolus pterodactyl, Kuina slashed out several sword chi and chased towards the opponent, but the Aeolus pterosaur with full speed avoided the pass directly, keeping an eye on Kuina from a distance to prevent her from continuing to attack. At this time, Function pterosaur observed his injury, and saw that his abdomen was directly cut with a huge wound. Although it was not fatal, it almost opened his stomach, so it was extremely dangerous. With such an injury, Function Longyi just kept attacking from a distance. As long as Kuina got close, he would just fly away without fighting Kuina. Faced with such a situation, Kuina was helpless, and could only continue to cut out the sword energy and go towards the Function pterosaur. At the same time, Kuina did not give up, and kept looking for the flaws of the Function pterosaur. I believe that once Kuina finds an opportunity, then Function pterosaur is facing Kuina's crazy blow. The battle between King Kong and Kyubi, Ninetales Fox in CP0 is a different scene. King Kong is extremely powerful and has a very strong defense. Although Kyubi, Ninetales Fox is not bad, there is no way to fight it. King Kong kills with one hit, so he can only slowly grind to death King Kong. Nine Fox fires. 9 flames appeared directly on the 9 tails of the Kyubi, Ninetales Fox, and then sprayed out towards King Kong. Roar! King Kong slapped his chest, saw the flame attack from the other side. He didn't pay attention to it at all. He directly pulled up a big tree on the side, and then smashed it directly. Boom! In King Kong's hands, the giant tree directly hit the flying fox fire. The giant tree directly shattered 7 of the 9 fox fires, and then the remaining 2 groups directly burned the trees in King Kong's hand. Armed the claws of the demon fox. Kyubi, Ninetales Fox came to King Kong when King Kong swung the trees to break the fox fire, then held his claws directly and passed through King Kong. Roar! King Kong screamed directly. I saw a claw mark on his waist. It was the claws of the demon fox of QB, Ninetails Fox. QB, Ninetails Fox had not reacted to King Kong at that time. He attacked King Kong. King Kong roared and punched the QB, Ninetails Fox fiercely. However, the speed of the QB, Ninetails Fox was too fast. When King Kong's fist was just punched, QB, Ninetails, the fox had already left the place, and King Kong's fist hit the ground, making a big hole. King Kong missed a hit, raised his fist again, and hit the QB, Ninetails Fox. However, although King Kong was huge and powerful, his speed against the QB, Ninetails Fox was still too slow. The QB, Ninetails Fox had left the place again before Kong's fist hit. After failing to hit the opponent one after another, King Kong also became furious. He was so angry that he directly destroyed everything around him, but QB, Ninetails Fox looked at King Kong's anger from a distance with a smile. Roar! King Kong's rage strike. King Kong was furious and punched the ground directly, then grabbed a large amount of gravel and threw it towards the QB, Ninetails Fox. The gravel was under King Kong's power. With the same speed and power as a bullet, it shrouded towards the QB, Ninetails Fox. Fox Flame. The QB, Ninetails Fox spit out a large mouthful of flames and shot it towards the oncoming gravel. The flame directly shattered the gravel in front of the QB, Ninetails Fox, and then continued to spray towards King Kong. King Kong roar. Facing the flames flying towards him, King Kong had no fear at all, only to see him take a big mouth, make a loud noise, and then a wave of air came out, roaring directly out, towards the flames. The roar directly defeat the flames and head towards the QB, Ninetails Fox. The QB, Ninetails Fox directly connected the points under his feet, and then left the place. The ground was directly hit by the roar of King Kong, making a big hole. It can be seen that the power is great, and he did not hit the QB, Ninetails Fox. King Kong is helpless. If his speed met such a flexible opponent, it would be troublesome, so King Kong did not continue to pursue. Anyway, he knew that he would not be able to pursue. Stone-crushed diamond machine gun. King Kong once again held a large amount of gravel, and then attacked the QB, Ninetails Fox. The fox threw it, like a machine gun, and attacked the QB, Ninetails Fox. The power of the gravel was definitely greater than the power of the bullet.